gamers, I'm Jonathan Sayer, aka Killer Vocalist, and with me is Jeff, aka Standard J.
What is up, guys?
My oldest son, Logan, aka I'm Over This.
What's up?
And our Mexican friend, Davey the Vato.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Let's dive into the gaming world and part 2 of the consoles today, along with everything related to video gaming, right here on the Generation AFK podcast. We are back for another amazing episode, and listen, before we start this thing, we have to talk about what the hell have we been playing lately. What are we doing? What's cool? Davey, what have you been playing lately? Well, hold on. We all know it's Helldivers
Simulator. No, it's Paycheck Simulator.
It's the taxi one, remember?
It's a taxi simulator, dude.
No, but you've been rocking some Helldivers too, right? You're really into it and just going full bore on that.
I think I'm level 15 now. I'm really high right now.
That's awesome.
A lot
It's such a good game, and it's getting so much hype right now. Like, I mean, everywhere I look when it comes to, like, gaming news and stuff, that seems to be on the top of the list about, how it's literally bringing people together in order to have a common goal where they're breaking records as far as games go and gaming goes together. You know what I mean? Like, because you've got all these people all across the world who are going in, and you have one goal where you have to, free certain parts of this world or worlds or whatever it is. And it's just been super cool to see that it's not just a flash in a pan. You know what I mean? It's a game that's really bringing some notoriety to the gaming world. So I think that's super cool.
And a lot of good memes, man. My whole TikTok feed is all Helldivers, and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, man. Like, it's just like these guys are in this intense fight, and one guy calls down the Eagle or one of those nuclear bombs on accident on his whole team. They all die, and they're screaming on the mic. It's so funny.
Because you can kill your teammates in that game.
Yeah, friendly fire.
Yeah, it makes it really hard, because instead of just wiping out everybody and everyone, your buddies are okay. No, you're killing everyone.
Yeah. Best one I've seen. Well, there's a lot of ragdoll effects that they have after you kill certain big enemies and stuff. The best one I saw, though, was a dude was trying to open up a vault, and one of his partners killed one of these armored bugs coming up behind him, and it fell against the wall, but it got stuck in the wall, so it was plowing him from behind and doing damage. So he was getting railed from behind. It was so bad.
That is amazing. All right, Logan, what about you? What have you been? I know you've been busy with work and whatnot, but when you've had the chance to play, what have you been playing?
TFT actually dropped a new patch, so there's a whole brand new season to that for League of Legends Team Fight Tactics. So I've been playing that on my phone while I was in the hotel or in class or whatever, just kind of playing, amicably.
Okay,
whatever that word is.
Awesome. And what about you, Jeff?
Oh, a lot of stuff. Obviously Fortnite. Been playing a lot of Warcraft lately, actually. A lot of Final Fantasy VII. I'm on chapter 4 now.
You're digging the shit out of that, aren't you?
I love that. Yeah. Dude, that game, I never gave it any sunlight in the past, man. I always knew what it was, and I'm like, nah. And now I'm playing the remake on PS5, and it's unbelievable. It's so good.
And we've talked about this before, though, but they've kind of upgraded everything about it and made it more.
It's all next gen graphics. Yeah. It's upscaled. The story is a little different, I think. Davey, right? Because you played the original.
Yeah, I mean, so many years ago, but
they added in newer assets and effects.
They made it more
attractive
attractive for new people, basically. New players.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I've just been doing the same old. I keep trying to, dabble a little bit in each game. I did start Rocket League, and I want to say that I'm doing that for my son, and I hate it. I hate it.
It's so fun.
I hate it with a blistery passion. I hate it. And it's only because I'm not good at it. You know what I mean? Like, so now I'm getting better at, Fortnite or whatnot. And so I feel comfortable playing that. And then I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
And you started that?
I started that a while ago, and so I go back to it every now and then. But man, the story mode is such a slow burn.
It is, but it's really good.
I mean, it is cool, and like I'm probably not even 10% into it because I only do it when I get a chance. But it's still cool. And then of course Helldivers when I get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to the part with Lenny in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh boy,
It will. When you finish that part, especially you. It's gonna be your favorite game forever. I promise.
Yeah.
okay, all right. I'm looking forward to
Let's
that.
just say I'll give you a little hint, but not a spoiler. You and your buddy Lenny, okay?
Oh boy.
You go to the bar, and you have a little too much to drink,
All
and
right.
a lot of crazy stuff happens, and you need to control where you're urinating, and you need to control where you're throwing up, and then all of a sudden everybody in the bar looks like Lenny, and you don't know where Lenny is, and you're like grabbing random. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love
All right, I look forward to that. That sounds cool.
Good thing Jeff said no spoilers.
Yeah.
it. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. Trust me.
All right. Well, of course, we want to know what you guys are playing. So do us a favor and send us an email over at generationafk at gmail.com, or, jump onto our Discord or any of the socials. Let us know what you're playing, what we should be playing, because we want
do
to
have
know.
a request.
Yeah. Like,
our good buddy Nate, we found out that he's actually a gamer,
yes.
which I didn't know.
Yeah. Our buddy Nate, man.
He hit us up. He joined our Discord, and he was telling us all about, he loves Dead by Daylight,
which I downloaded specifically to play that.
Okay.
And so I'm going to dive into that one here whenever, I get a chance to breathe. And I'll
That's a
try
great
it.
game, and we'll have him on as a guest when we go over that game, because we're
Yes.
gonna try and go over all the popular games. We'll do a
For
whole
sure.
episode for each
For
one.
sure. Which
and we'll
by-
definitely have Nate on for that, because he's got 4,000 hours in
That is
4,000
just
hours.
think about that for a second. But this is also a dude who is married, has kids, and a full-time job.
Yeah,
Gee.
Okay, so he's dedicated. You know what I mean?
he's a gamer. He is a gamer.
Yeah, he's the true definition of a gamer. So yeah, it's pretty
half
awesome.
a year. That's 6 months. Non-stop playing that game.
Sorry, Nate.
Right.
Sorry, Nate. I hope your kids aren't listening.
No, he does. He's a good
Yeah,
dad,
yeah.
dude. He's a good dad. He's a
know,
good
I'm just
husband. He just makes
teasing.
time to do it. That's it. So we want to know what you guys are playing and what things we should be playing and checking out as well, and then what's coming up, which we'll talk about later on in the news. Okay, this is part 2 of the consoles, right?
Pardue.
Right, and we've talked about these consoles that we haven't even heard of half these damn things. And when we ended the last episode, we were at the PlayStation 3.
Yes.
All right. So now we're jumping into 2006. And can anyone tell me what was popping in 2006?
So
Xbox 360.
That was before the
Nope.
PlayStation 3. We covered that one.
This was a very, very big one because it had interactivity when it came to like exercise. And
Wii.
there it is.
Yeah, the Wii.
Nintendo Wii. Underpowered when compared to the competing PS3 and Xbox 360, the Nintendo Wii would prove that creativity trumps specs in the world of video games. Bringing motion-based gameplay to the masses, the Nintendo Wii took the guessing out of controls in favor of sheer intuitiveness, as evident in one of their most popular pack-in games of all time, Wii Sports. While most remember the Wii for the use of the Wiimote controllers, the Wii was also notable for being Nintendo's first foray into home console backwards compatibility with the GameCube library. The use of avatars and the creation of the Wii characters, I guess, or Mii characters. MII. Lifestyle content with the weather and news Wii channels. And best of all, the virtual consoles, opening the door for Nintendo's back catalog and new indie titles. This was a game changer when this thing dropped. And I remember everybody had a Wii. I never had a Wii. But everybody else, I did not have a Wii. No, never once did I.
God.
It looked so, I don't know, childish, just like the Switch to me. Like, when I had to be convinced by, Logan to get me to get a Switch. And I was just, it it just looked. I don't know. It looked
Childish.
like childish. It looked like for a kid or
we
whatever.
spent hours and hours on end playing bowling. The bowling
Oh
game.
yeah, dude. Bowling was the best.
Oh my god,
Dude, I perfected sitting on the couch playing Wii Sports. I perfected it. I could get.
I don't think that's how that works.
300 points in a row, and what is it? Wii Sports bowling, just from sitting on the couch. I just had this perfect flick every time, and it was perfect every time.
I need to bring something up.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
So, Davey, I think you're aware of this, but they had a Zelda game with a bow and arrow where you would hold the Wii remotes, you put them in a bow and arrow, like an actual plastic bow and arrow. Hold on, I'll find the screen.
Wait,
I heard
what?
about that.
Yeah, it was
I heard
cool.
about it, but never played because.
Okay, first of all, I've never heard of this. Second of all, how has Davey not actually had this thing and still have it?
I mean, I love Zelda, but the Wii was not my thing.
Yeah, I was never a
It's
fan.
childish for me.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, quirky and weird. Oh,
So
there it is right now.
It's crossbow training.
You guys make sure you're following our YouTube channel so you can see the things that we're talking about right now. Like he's actually showing us what this thing looks like, and it's literally a bow and arrow, basically, or a bow.
Well,
Yeah, it was pretty
used,
cool.
It was used for a lot of other things as well too. I think Call of Duty had one thing as well too, where you were actually like walking through while you were holding a gun basically and shooting stuff.
Yeah, the World at War.
Yeah, well, that war.
They had that for a week because my dad had it,
Oh, that'd have been cool.
and my mom was always mad because he would be like running around the living room hiding behind the couch with the plastic gun and shit, and like it wouldn't register with the TV because he's behind the couch. He's like, "It's broken," and she's yelling. She's like, "You can't be behind the couch!" Like it was a hysterical. It was amazing.
That is amazing. Oh shit! Yeah, I did not know that they had that with that. That's super cool. All right, so we're gonna go and we're gonna fast forward all the way from 2006 to 2013. What was the big one that dropped in? Well, actually, we had two that dropped in 2013. What were they?
After PS3 and after the Wii.
Yeah.
So that would be Xbox One and PlayStation 4, right?
Boom, you got it, buddy. That's right.
Yes.
First of all, Xbox One. Microsoft Xbox released their current generation of consoles in 2013, the Xbox One. Like the Xbox 360, it continued to offer Xbox Live and third-party streaming. The new console boasted improved graphics, a sleek design, and support for a huge number of games. Some popular early Xbox games included Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Minecraft, and Fallout 4. And I literally, I never had an Xbox One, I don't think.
Dude, I had the day one edition. Like, it was pre-ordered. Like, you had to get that before it even hit the shelves, dude. Dude, I loved it until I got the red ring of death on it. And then I had to upgrade.
That happened to so many people, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
So many people.
I know.
To the point, it got to the point where you could call Microsoft and give them the serial number on the back of your console, and they would automatically send you a new one for free.
I did not know that. I could have
Yes.
got a freaking new one.
You could have.
Wait,
I spent $500 and got the Gears of War 5 Series X or whatever it was, the upgraded Xbox One X. It was not as
Logan.
not as good.
Tomorrow or Monday, we should try to do that. Do you still have one?
You still have it?
I do. It's sitting in my bin.
Yeah, let's just call and be like, listen, I heard that you guys will send me a new one. Not that they make those anymore. So its competitor, of course, that came out the same year, because this is what these guys do, was the PS4. I actually have one of these sitting right now, bricked out in my living room. And it sucks, and I'm super pissed off about it. It is Sony's PlayStation 4. Their current generation of PlayStation, the PS4, is the most advanced yet, they claim. Introduced on the tail end of the Xbox One release, it has sharp graphics, VR capabilities, and the impressive library of games to choose from. The PS4 competes with the Nintendo Switch and Xbox One for popularity in 2018 still. Popular games for the console are Fortnite, Black Ops 4, and Destiny 2.
You want to hear something funny?
Oh no.
Here's a little story. We're going to cover this in the hardware section, but I want to explain something here. You mentioned VR. So this is the original PlayStation VR for PlayStation 4, okay?
Right.
My nephew got this for Christmas the year it came out. We happened to be over his house for family get together, and he's like, Uncle Jeff, he's like, you got to see this VR thing. And I'm like, nah. At the time, VR was kind of like, yeah, whatever. It's not that great. So I went upstairs and he put the helmet on and he's showing me this game. I'm like, I want to try it. I tried it and I was hooked. I went out and bought one the next day. Okay. now here's where I'm going with the story. It was a weekend. I didn't have either of my kids, so I was home alone. I was single at the time. I spent from Friday at 5 o'clock till Sunday at 3 in.
Jesus, dude.
Never left the living room. I played VR that much to the point where, like, okay, I had to get rid of it. I sold it the next day because it was like Lawnmower Man. Like, I was never going to leave the house, dude.
It's ruining my life.
Dude, PlayStation VR is really good. It's really fun.
That is
really
amazing.
Cool.
And like I said, I still have a PlayStation 4. It's in my living room and it just started to like brick out on me where like there's no connectivity and the remotes are still, they're flashing white.
It's time for a fight.
It's time for an upgrade. Yeah, it is. Especially considering I'm trying to introduce the youngest to some video gaming. So yeah, that's probably
I just
the next
got a
big
Slim
purchase.
from Best Buy. They have the Slims now, so they're nice and small.
I
like
think
the
what
PS4.
$3.99 for that, right?
Yeah, but aren't the
somewhere
the Slims though? They're not. They don't accept discs, right? They're digital only.
You can get either or, and
can?
I also bought that at the NVMe 1 terabyte drive I put in there. It's got the same
Nice.
as the other one. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, so Best
Dude, just
Buy.
go get one. Just go get one.
I feel like
Just go
at
get
this
one.
point, Best Buy should be sponsoring us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they should.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. So now moving on from there, then we jump into 2016. And remember, the two big ones we are always talking about and will be from this point on are Xbox and PlayStation. They're neck and neck. They always come out with their new ones together, right? Because they're competitors. So this next one is the 2016 Xbox One S.
Oh yeah, that's when I got it. Was the 1S with the Gears of War bundle I got. Dude, it was awesome. When it turned on, big old bright skull, and all you heard was like this ice break sound. Dude, it was awesome. You played the game, you would understand. It was amazing.
And you should play the game because I actually enjoy that game myself. So in 2016, Microsoft gave the Xbox One some major upgrades with the new Xbox One S.
That's it right there. The one with the skull. All the way to the right, to the white. No, the white one. Nope.
Again,
this
that one. Get on our YouTube channel and you'll see what the hell we're talking about. Oh, that's
skull
pretty
glue?
sweet.
Yeah,
It glowed?
It lit up. Yeah, it was like a very
Really?
like, pale blue. Dude, it's badass. I have it sitting in my next.
He's so excited right now.
I love
pretty
it.
cool.
The only reason why I got it though is because the day one bricked on me and I was so mad. But the only downside is with the 1S or the whatever you want to call it, it doesn't support the Kinect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you had that, which I'm sure we're going to talk about later when we talk
Yes.
about the add-ons here,
That is on the list.
So the updated console was smaller, could upscale games from 1080 to 4K and stream 4K video. Okay. But also that same year, PlayStation 4 Pro. In 2016, Sony upgraded the PS4 to compete with 4K upscaling offered by the Xbox One S. The new PlayStation 4 Pro was smaller, sleeker, and could also handle 4K upscaling. Okay. So,
We played a lot of Division on that. Yep.
I still have mine working.
oh wait, that's the one I have. That's the one I have. So I have the
You have the
Pro.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's bricked out right now. I'm just gonna throw it out the window. Yeah.
Mine sounds like a jet turbine, but it still works.
Yeah. And then
Sounds louder than the game still. Yes.
you know it's working well when it's super loud when it starts up. It's like, yeah, this is working
You wanna hear
great.
a funny story? You want to hear a funny story?
Of course.
So, the other night I was playing a PS4 Pro, and I was using my headset, so I would not make any noise, and my girlfriend was sleeping, right? But the sound of my PS4 like. She was like, I cannot sleep. And I'm wearing the headphones. Yeah, but that thing's so loud. I'm like, shit. I take my headset off and I'm like, holy shit, it was so loud, dude.
Oh,
I
they're
was playing-
stupid. They're stupid
Yeah,
loud.
dude. Probably because I have like 8 years of dust in it. Maybe.
That would explain a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, keep going, Joe.
Yeah, the one I have is you start it immediately and you just hear the vibration just going. Yeah, I'm just afraid it's going to kill me. So now, okay, so that was the 4 Pro, right? And then we jump into the Xbox One X in 2017.
That's the one I had.
Okay. The current generation of Xbox was released in 2017 and offers even more graphics upgrades over the Xbox One S and PlayStation 4 Pro. The new Xbox One X supports 4K video and gameplay natively. It also boasts 40% more processing power than any other console on the market. Some current popular games for that bad boy are Fallout 76, NBK 2K19, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and Assassin's Creed. Jeff, which one?
Odyssey better be.
Odyssey, there it is. Absolutely.
That's the only Assassin's Creed there is.
Then 2017 also brought something that Nintendo kind of changed the game a little bit with. I guess they changed the game, but they also there were other ideas that came along with this, but this one kind of took the cake.
Was this
I
the Wii
had
U?
one of these and it was cool.
Okay, and what am I talking about?
Was it the Wii U?
No,
Oh, it's not the Wii U.
No.
The Wii U was awesome.
no, this is the Switch.
Yeah, of
No,
course.
the Wii U came after the Wii.
Yeah, the Wii U came right after the Wii.
And I don't have the Wii U is not on here at all.
Did you? Okay, well, here, a little bonus. Have you ever seen a Nintendo Wii U?
I have
It was
not.
awesome.
It was really good. I
It
loved
was
mine.
the Wii, but you also had a secondary
It was like a
console.
Switch. It was a Switch and a Wii combined,
It
basically.
legit led to the Switch coming out.
See this
like
thing?
So it had a dock
So
mode
you-
where you could hook
Yeah,
up
you
to
had
your
the
TV,
console.
right? That accepted discs, and then you took the tablet and you were able to play on the tablet while someone else was watching TV, and then you could switch back and forth. Dude, it was awesome. You just couldn't leave the house, but
Yeah.
So it was
But
it was an
it's basically
add-on.
It's a precursor to the Switch.
But
is
but
what
it was
is.
but what I'm saying is it's an add-on to the Wii though.
no. It's a
the
whole
Wii U
separate
was
console.
a whole console.
Really?
That came out with when the Series X came out.
Yeah, I did
This is
not
everything
have that in
you
my
got.
notes at all. Yeah, I don't know why that's
Series-
not in there. That's crazy.
Whatever one came out of after the Xbox One, was that the Series S or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I believe that came out.
Yeah, I don't have that. That's crazy.
Again, I never got one.
It didn't last that long, and there wasn't a lot of games. I would say it had like maybe a year lifespan,
Yeah.
and then the Switch came out. But it was awesome. I had one. It was really cool.
Yeah, I don't have that. That's nuts. Well, the Switch that I was talking about, of course, it changed everything in 2017 by offering a console that could do more. The new Nintendo Switch works as both a handheld console and a TV-based console, and the clip-in controllers give gamers a huge amount of flexibility. So far, the most popular games on the Switch are Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild,
Breath of the Wild. Oh,
and Super Mario Odyssey. Those are the big ones for that. Okay, now there are a lot of things coming out in the future, like the pro version of things and yada, 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 all down through the line. But there's nothing really leaked yet about the new consoles that are coming out sooner than later, okay? But what I do have is the last one here, and Jeff just purchased one of these, and it's from the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So released in November of 2020, a full 4 years after its predecessor, PlayStation 5 helped introduce the 9th generation of video game consoles with two modes. The PS5 with the 4K Blu-ray drive for gamers who enjoy digital downloads, retail game support, and playback to their TVs. And the digital edition, which one did you get? You got the digital?
Yeah, I don't mess with games anymore. I ain't going to GameStop anymore.
Yeah, that's
They
stupid.
got enough of
It's-
my
you can
money.
just download it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For gamers-
why am I paying for internet? I'm paying
Right.
for internet. Just download it.
Right. For gamers who solely rely on digital downloads, the console's Tempest 3D audio tech affords the capability to play hundreds of sound sources simultaneously, while PS4 played only 50. So that's pretty crazy. Its DualSense wireless controllers features immersive haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and a built-in microphone, which I did not know.
Yep.
Higher refresh rates make gameplay they feel way smoother, and a custom SSD gives PlayStation 5 the potential for the fastest game load times of any console on the market. And that's where we are right now.
And I will say this. I've had the Xbox, the little refrigerator, the new one. What's it called?
Series
One
X.
X? One X? Series X.
Series X, yeah.
I had that, and then I got this. This PlayStation 5 is the closest a console player can get to PC quality, to PC graphics, PC storage, speed, memory.
That's what I hear.
PlayStation 5 is hands down the best console you can get on the market. I guarantee you.
I hear that often, that it's pretty close to having that.
What makes it so close to a console versus, or to a PC versus a like an Xbox? Because I heard Xbox also supports very similar.
It is. There's something about the graphics or the refresh rate. I don't know if it's like so the PlayStation 5 will do 120 at 4K, 120 frames per second at 4K.
Oh no, shit. Okay.
The Xbox does, but it does it by upscaling.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Native. It's not native 120.
It's not
4K.
native like PlayStation is. Like PlayStation, you could take like an 8K HDMI cable and run it into a 4K TV, and you're going to get like amazing
I heard
fluidity
the
and everything.
is way better on the PlayStation, but I heard the what is it, the oh wait, can I think of what it is? It's never mind, go ahead. I lost my thought.
Yeah, I mean the Xbox is great and it looks awesome. I mean, I'm sure like the average person wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but for like a diehard gamer and like a nerdy techie kind of person, a PS5 is going to be your closest match to an actual like PC gaming PC that you can get out of any of the consoles.
Nice.
Oh yeah, dude. Not
You know what? You know what? The PS5 has to be the most beautiful console out there. The design itself, it's amazing.
It is cool.
I like my fridge. It's cool. It's just a giant
controller
square, dude. The controllers for the PlayStation 5 are pretty sweet though. It's very interactive.
So it's got all haptic feedback. It's got like 100 different vibrations in the older ones. Okay, this is a touch pad. You can actually use this as a touch screen. This is the microphone, so you don't even have to have a headset if you don't want to. If you want to be lazy, you can actually just talk right into your
that's cool
controller.
And make sure you guys are watching our YouTube channel once again.
The triggers have this what do they call it, that haptic feedback where, let's say you're playing Call of Duty, if you pull it halfway down, the gun will burst fire. If you pull it all the way in, it'll rapid fire.
No shit. Really?
Yeah, so like you can go half the trigger pull and it will burst fire.
That sounds like some straight up like scripting shit.
Dude, it's awesome.
They're training you all for war.
For something like that, all right? I don't know if I trust that.
So listen, I do have a couple of little things I want to throw in here real fast before we get into the add-ons that Jeff's going to be talking about here soon. We do have to have some honorable mentions, I guess you'd say, like the Steam Deck. Okay.
Yes.
So on February 25th of 2022, Valve released the Steam Deck, and this is coming from our favorite source, obviously, which is Wikipedia. So thank you, Wikipedia, for the information. A handheld gaming PC that runs Steam OS 3.0, a Linux distribution developed by Valve. The deck includes Valve's own Proton compatibility layer, allowing nearly all Windows-based games to run on the deck without any modification.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
The handheld also allows users to install Windows or other software on the device. The Steam Deck was the first handheld to use the RDNA 2 GPU, which is also used on both the home consoles of the 9th generation actual consoles. The handheld was well received by many outlets with an overall praising of its extensive game capability and portability. However, that bitch is $1,000.
No. Not anymore.
It went down?
Yeah, you
How
can
much?
get so they changed it with the storage sizes. So the small storage size is $399, the middle of the road one's $499, and the highest storage one now is $599. Right.
Oh wow, that came down real.
Wait, whoa!
So-
I'm ordering one right now. Serious?
So our good friend Dave Jessup, John, you know him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, he got one of these when it released, and he loves it. It's basically a Nintendo Switch, but your whole Steam library. Like you could play Elden Ring on this thing. You could be in an airport playing Elden Ring.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
joke.
It's literally a PC in your hands.
Dude, you're not
Exactly.
even you weren't fibbing. Wow, I am so just
See, I
appalled
told
right
you.
now. $650. I'm getting one. All right.
Did you
cool.
put it in your cart? Put two in there. Put two in there. I want one too.
I wish. Can we just go back real quick though, Dad?
Sure.
Did you say Linux?
Yes, it's Linux.
I thought it was Linux.
I don't know. It's an I. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's
for a second.
no. I'm pretty sure it's Linux.
Linux.
Yeah.
Linuxing.
Yeah. So the success of the Steam Deck, however, has actually perked some other interest out there with gaming PC, like gaming PC, other companies, such as the Asus ROG Ally or ROG Ally. Oh. So apparently Asus has come out with their own handheld, like basically gaming device as well.
Best Buy has this. You can actually play it and try it out if you have a local Best Buy. They have it on display.
What's it going for?
No cap.
This one is $499, I believe. $499 or $500, something like
Steam Deck.
somewhere in there.
You can mod the Steam Deck, which
I'll tell you
is
what,
cool too.
that's a pretty looking freaking device, though, dude.
Well,
look at that thing. I
Here's
love the way it's lit up.
that I've heard. The differences between the two that I've heard is the Asus actually runs Windows as an operating system. So you have to link like your Blizzard and your BattleNet and your Steam library and your Epic library. You have to link all that stuff into this, where the Steam Deck is like you fire it up, log into your Steam account, and you have your whole library right there ready to go.
Because,
So
but you have to have a Steam account to do that, though, right? Like,
Correct.
so-
But Steam's going to have the biggest library of games on PC that you can get. And plus, too, with running Linux, Ubuntu is the OS operating system they use for it.
Excuse me, it's Linux. Thank you.
Sorry, Linux uses Ubuntu, and it's one of the biggest open source free like modular, whatever you want to call it. It has the biggest modability, I guess you could say, on a console. So it is like you can legit mod it to do whatever the hell you want.
The Steam Deck?
If I wanted to, I could download emulators on it, and I can go and play Ocarina of Time while I'm in the airport. Like it's amazing.
That's crazy. That is wild.
You know what this is, though? You know what this is? It's these two. It's Asus and the Steam Deck. You know what this is?
That's PC. That's PlayStation and Xbox.
But these are bullets in a gun shooting the Switch and telling Nintendo bye-bye.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pretty much.
Switch is.
I mean, why would you ever want to switch after this?
Yeah,
when you can have something like that.
They're not doing anything remotely close to that.
No, with them dropping the price down, like it's cheaper than going out and buying an OLED Switch right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like and to be honest, it's cheaper than going to get a PS5.
Yeah, so I think we're getting Steam Decks then.
That's what I'm saying. yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Now, real fast before I go into this next part, and then we'll move on to it. Didn't PlayStation have like a handheld device as well?
They did. They had the PSP.
Yeah, the
PSP.
Yeah,
I didn't have that on here for some reason, and that was fun. That was a cool thing because you can actually transfer what you were playing on your console to your device and actually play on the device.
Yeah, that they use a thing called PlayStation Network Now, I think is what the cloud service was that they used.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But they still use that to this day. But yeah, it was so like how Xbox has the what do they call that? The glass frame or something like that, where you can take your Windows tablet or whatever, and you can take whatever you're playing on there and put it on your tablet and vis-a-vis, you know what I mean? Like it was really cool using the frame. That was really big when Windows 8 came out.
I do want to mention one thing real quick before we move too far away from the Steam Deck. You can buy a dock with HDMI, run it to a TV, and you use a USB controller too.
Okay.
Shut up.
Already buying it.
All right.
Are you trying to
Logan?
Yeah, so you can basically you could turn your TV into a PC. Basically.
Okay, I'm not even joking. We were at Best Buy today getting some stuff to make my house run better internet-wise, and I was going to buy a PS5 because you just picked up one.
You should.
No, not now. I'm not.
Steam Deck, baby.
Not now. I'm not. Steam Deck all the way. I'm pro Steam Deck. Yeah.
There's rumors down the line, which we'll talk a little bit more about later, but there's rumors in the line that they're doing some opening at PlayStation and partnering up with a lot of other companies to try and get their stuff more not exclusive.
That gets a taco crunch.
Which they already are. I mean, you could get like a ton of PlayStation exclusives on Steam now. You could get what is it? God of Wars, the Spider-Mans, Last of Us.
Yeah, and see, that's why I wanted the PS5 just because of the new Spider-Man. But if I can get that some other way and be able to play all the shit that I have on my PC, dude, come on. It's a no-brainer. That's huge.
They have yet to release Bloodborne, and I might have to walk into a PlayStation Network facility and have a conversation with someone who can give me that. That's all I need.
So the reason that I brought up the PSP, I guess you guys called it, was because for some reason it made me think of this. Cloud gaming platforms are becoming like a big thing. Okay. So cloud gaming has become part of the gaming landscape with Stadia and Amazon Luna being introduced in November of 2019 and October of 2020, respectively. as well as the GeForce Now coming out of its 4 years of beta in February of 2020. None of these systems have had any financial breakthrough as home video games and consoles, but they are viable for multi-platform 9th generation games, okay? So Google, having failed to find a large player base, shut down the Stadia and actually in just the beginning of last year. So that their whole thing got shut down.
They're shutting it down, and I was actually going to bring that up in the news later. But they're shutting it down.
Sorry.
The last data of it is January 2025. They closed the cloud servers down in January 2025.
So it has also been used by the cloud gaming, used by Microsoft as part of its gaming subscription service, Xbox Game Pass. This gave Microsoft a head start in what analysts call or expected to be a major complementary service, supplementing the unprofitable console business and appealing to more entry-level players with better accessibility at a lower price. So Microsoft's Phil Spencer said that they believed that they could not compete on the console hardware space as much as Sony or Nintendo, and shifted their strategy towards Xbox Game Pass and cloud gaming. Sony, in turn, revamped its PlayStation Plus subscription in mid-2022 by merging in the PlayStation Now, I guess is their new thing. Yeah. It's cloud-based service for games of past PlayStation generations as a feature in a higher subscription tier. So you're able to like get all these games now because they're in the cloud.
Yeah, it's like Netflix for games. But I want to bring that up for people listening. Like, if you're new to the gaming world and you want to get in and just try it out and see what you like, and you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a PC rig and, you know, a PS5 and a TV and all this stuff, go get an Xbox Series S. Okay, it's, I believe, $299 or $250, somewhere in there. You can get that. It comes with 3 free months of Game Pass, which has got, what, Logan, probably 1,000 games by now.
If that, yeah, it's got so many, and there's like a different variation too for PC. So
it's the best way to get into gaming, just to scratch the surface without spending a ton of money, and just to check it out, see if you like it. And there's thousands of games, like award-winning games, good games on the Game Pass that you can download. If you don't like it, you delete it and download a new one. It's just like Netflix.
Exactly. Yeah,
so
I use it.
$250, $300. You can get right into the game and try it out.
Yeah, I still use it to this day. Like, I absolutely love it.
Well, there you go. You got some advice now. So that's what I have for the consoles. But Jeff, you're bringing us some add-ons, shall we say?
We're talking about all the goodies, the hardware. We're talking about
the good,
all the accessories. You know, the good ones. You know, we're gonna start with the Power Glove.
The Power Glove, yes. The dumbest but coolest thing ever.
Do you remember the movie Wizard?
Oh, yeah.
The Wizard?
Oh, yeah.
That's where they first featured the Power Glove. Remember, he went to battle that one kid. I forget what game they were playing. It's been so long since I've seen it. But they were going to play a game like in a tournament, and the kid comes up with a suitcase and opens it up and pulls out the Power Glove and puts it on. They're like, what is that?
Yep.
That's funny.
So now I never owned one of those, but I've known so many people that did.
Well, we have a mutual buddy that was in a hardcore band that actually used to wear the Power Glove. He was the singer for a band. JC.
Shout out to JC.
Yeah. He would wear a Power Glove on stage while he was singing metal music. It was awesome.
Are you serious?
That's like me going out with the dual disc from Yu-Gi-Oh.
It was the most obscure thing in the world, but he pulled it off, man. He pulled it off.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
He pulled it off.
So the Power Glove was released. It was released in stores in October of 1989 with a price point of around $100. It doesn't say the exact price, but it says around.
That's crazy to think about.
So you got to think back, 1989. That's $100.
That's probably about $350 right now.
Yeah. That's probably about right.
Yeah.
The Power Glove. Yeah. The Power Glove would go on to sell around 2 million units, worth around 88 million USD.
Question.
That's wow.
Damn. What's that?
Did you have one? Did you own one?
No, I never had a Power Glove. No.
My cousin
I had a couple of these, but I didn't have a Power Glove. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the funny
You
thing.
play like this with
Yeah,
your hand.
exactly.
So
Yeah, you had to
dumb.
hold it. You had to hold your arm in front of you.
Yeah,
And
I
you move
never,
your fingers, and it will trigger something.
I never understood the
dumb.
Power Glove at the time. I guess not like now.
says-
If you brought something like that out now, where you literally can like control the game while you're moving just like fingers and hands and stuff, it would be huge. But back then, when you've got 8-bit games and you
Yeah.
have to literally like press the controller on your arm, like
Oh no,
Yeah, your arm would get tired.
yeah,
right?
like what are you
have
doing?
Holding it up.
they have newer sensitivity programs for a lot of VR games now that you can mod. And they're actually, it's not in production, but they were successfully able to make a device where you can feel what you touch. Now, I will leave it up to the imagination, but that's going to be huge in a certain field.
So we all know.
Wait till you can smell it.
We all know because we've seen Tropic Thunder and we know how
Yes.
accurate that is. But that the gaming world as well as like the video world, it's all based around porn because porn is one of the biggest industries in the world. So what porn decides they're going to use as a media, that is what goes.
That's the staple.
You go back to anything from VHS versus beta. You go to DVD versus Laserdisc.
Yep.
They predicated what was going to happen with that. And dude,
That's
people.
so
It's the truth though. That's what happens. So you allow porn to find a reason to have some sort of a glove that. You know, stimulates you. Guess what? That is going to be the hottest thing in the market. Hottest.
I don't know. I did see though, which I am probably going to save up for next year and get.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
I don't know where we're going.
Here we go. You are married, right?
It's not
This is also my son. All right, calm down. All right.
but it is a VR headset. So it's a VR set that actually hooks up to it's a walking platform. So you actually play
Oh,
your
yeah,
game
I've seen this.
stationary, but so I saw somebody who was
They have that in Ready
YouTube.
Player One.
Yes, they had it in Ready Player
Yeah,
One.
where he's in the
Yes.
van.
Yep,
and he could walk
he's
every which
walking
way.
through it.
Yeah.
So they actually have that now, and it's anywhere between $1,600 to $3,400 for the whole set. But there's actually a YouTuber who did the entire Fallout 4 game in VR using that, and didn't want
That's
fast
cool.
travel. That was her weight loss program,
That's cool,
right? So I
that
I
is
kinda
cool.
want one.
But okay, so with something like that though, there are things that there are benefits from that.
Correct.
You know, like that's
But
amazing.
not
to me.
the Power Glove. There was no benefit to the Power Glove.
No, the Power Glove was
88
garbage.
million,
Garbage.
88 million USD, and then it says before enough people realized that it just wasn't any good.
It sucked.
So,
wait, they sold 88 million units, or they made 88 million off of it?
they made $88 million.
Okay,
So
that's
2
still-
million units.
That's still
So-
a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
Many excited players would be forced to simply put their much anticipated glove back into its box almost as quickly as they had taken it out. It was the first controller to recreate human hand movements on television or computer screen in real time, and was instrumental in laying the ground for products such as the Wii remote. The glove was officially pulled from the shelves after 1 year of being on the house. Today, a Power Glove costs as much as $3,000 on eBay.
Get the French toast
So,
out of here.
You
What?
got 1 year, and Nintendo's like, yeah, this is dumb, and they pulled the plug. They made 88 million, and then they're like, yep, we're good.
Okay, the only reason you're buying that now is because you want to be the dork that's nostalgic about stuff.
Oh, 100%.
That's it.
What game is it that Duck Hunter came out on?
That was the first
Duck Hunt
Nintendo.
was the original
Yeah.
Nintendo.
That was the original Nintendo. Didn't that come with the guns you could buy with it?
One gun. It had one gun. And the original
It came
one
with
was
one gun for the game.
The original one was a gray with a dark gray, and then they changed it to an orange with a dark gray because
Yes.
they thought it looked too much like a real gun, which it did not in any way, shape, or form.
Do you know how much the dark gray gun goes for?
I'm gonna say probably about
Yes.
500 to $1,000.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
It's just
Yeah, it's
nostalgia.
stupid, yeah.
People just have so much
And
money.
it wasn't that accurate when you played the damn game.
No.
Like because the damn dog kept jumping up when you're trying to shoot ducks and stuff. It's just whatever.
Listen, nothing competes the Buck Hunter. All right. Once you get Buck Hunter,
It was
you never go
nothing like that. All right, what's your next
that's
one
a
there,
good one.
Jeffrey?
All right, this one we're going to need a screenshot for because I don't know if anybody is familiar with. This is a really rare one. My cousin had one of these, but I never had one. But it's ridiculous. It's called Rob the Robot.
Rob
And
the
it was
robot.
bundled with the original NES. This was before the Light Zapper.
What? Hold on, I'm trying to look this up real quick.
He's trying. All right, Logan's trying to pull it up right now. Rob the Robot.
Oh,
So-
yeah, Rob.
I
Yeah,
know
he's in-
this.
Yeah, he's in what's it
So-
called? Super Smash Brothers.
Is he?
Yeah, you actually get to
Oh,
play
nice.
Rob, and it's ROB. Yeah.
All right, are you throwing it up
so
here?
it stands for Robotic Operating Buddy, or Rob. Rob was an amusing little gimmick peripheral that would watch your TV screen and move gyroscopes around to influence the on-screen action. Unfortunately, the device wasn't very responsive or interactive, so Nintendo cut it after a year.
It was a Nintendo device.
Yeah, it came with the original Nintendo.
What?
My cousin had this thing, and it would sit on the by the TV, and you would do something in the game, and it would go.
Logan, do me a favor.
And it
Click on
had
one of these
little lights.
images and blow that up a little bit. I want to see what this thing. It almost looks like, the what's his name?
Wally.
Yeah, Wally. Yeah. It almost looks like Wally.
He looks like what's his face from Short Circuit.
Wally.
Just
Oh
the
yeah,
actual
number 5.
housing.
Johnny number 5.
Yeah, Johnny number 5.
Yeah. Oh my God. One of my all-time favorite movies. And
Yeah, I love Short Circuit. Dude. It's so good.
if you guys haven't seen Short Circuit, then just do me a favor. Pause the show right now. Go and find it. Don't watch Short Circuit 2 because I mean it was good, but just watch the first one and then come back and listen to the rest of the episode. So this thing literally looks like a Johnny 5.
Yeah,
That is
and it didn't do
insane.
anything. So people got all excited and they bought it and they thought it was doing stuff, but it really didn't. So Nintendo pulled the plug after a year, like they always do.
So what was the gyroscopic part of it? Like I don't understand what it was doing.
See his arms. So there was a
Yeah.
game called Gyromite. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you could bring up a screen of Gyromite.
Look at
NES.
that thing though. the things it's holding in its hand look like some sort of torture device.
So
I don't know what that
Gyromite
is.
was a game where you had this little wizard that looked like the Dr. Wily from Mega Man. Okay, you had this little scientist guy, and it was a side scroller. You would walk through all these different things, and there were pipe walls, and you would have to hit a certain button on the controller to lift the pipe wall while you walk through. Well, the robot would lift the walls for you. So Rob would move its arms when the walls were lifting in the game. They'd go like that, and see how he's moving his arms to the. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. See how the controller is on the right side there?
How
Now
does
look at the game. Look at the game, right? So this thing, that was the problem. Is it would randomly open and close pipes, and then you would die in the game. And it was like an endless loop of just dying over and over, and the robot moving there, going. You know?
But how does it know what you're
It doesn't.
doing?
That's the thing. It doesn't, and that's why
doesn't
they pulled
work.
it after a year.
I don't remember this at all.
Let's go.
But Rob went off to be one of the he was in probably the top 10 or 15 characters to be played in Super Smash Brothers. That entire lineage of those games, Rob was one of the most played characters.
They had to have given. They had to give
no
him
one knew.
something. They had to give
no
him
one knew what
something,
he
dude.
You know what? Okay, the best way to explain Rob is to Nintendo as ET is to Atari. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So the game ET,
Yeah.
complete garbage. Everybody bought it anyways because they thought it would be cool. That is Rob for the Nintendo.
That sucks.
So funny.
Which is funny because it looks like ET as well. That's
Right.
Poor Rob.
And that was Gyromite, the game that you play. See how it's got the little icon in the bottom for Rob?
Did you see
Bring that up.
that right there when he was just showing that? It's going for like $300 a freaking cartridge
dude.
for that game.
All the retro stuff is expensive.
Hold on.
Get outta
The
here.
cartridge is going for more than Rob.
I feel bad for Rob.
Rob's going for 150. This is going for double that.
Poor Rob.
Exactly.
But yeah,
got
that's so
robbed.
funny, dude. Yeah, he did get robbed. That's sad.
All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
This was a game changer. It was groundbreaking, and it literally changed the face of Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis for the lifespan of the
Game Shark.
Game Genie.
Game Genie.
The original Game
Yes.
Now-
Game Genie was the cheater's best friend. It was the cheater's best friend. You wanted to learn how to play a game or beat a game that you could not beat. You just put in Game Genie and then you would beat it. You'd put the code in.
Another thing that Game Genie did, at least for me and the people I know that had one, it made you go back and play your entire library. It made you take out games that you haven't touched in years just to use the Game Genie codes to try God mode and to try Invisible or Extra Lives because you wanted to see what the game would be like.
Yeah,
never do it before.
that's a good point.
So it made you go back through your library and play all your games.
Yeah, because it brought some it breathed some new life into the games that you were like, I'm over this, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I can beat this in this amount of time, or I can do this and I can get this from this. Dude, Game Genie that is one of the most creative, inventive devices that we've ever seen in the gaming world. Like,
well, that led to the cheaters' paradise now. Like, you have Action Replay, Game Shark, all that stuff.
yeah, like it was the pinnacle of everything. Like somebody was just like, you know what?
Story.
I've had a few
There's
of
a
those.
crazy story behind Game Genie because you know how
sweet.
Nintendo is. So, Game Genie is a line of video game cheat cartridges originally designed by Codemasters, sold by Galoob. The first device in the series was released in 1990 for the NES, with subsequent devices released for the Super Nintendo, the Game Boy, the Genesis, and the Game Gear. All Game Genie devices temporarily modify game data, allowing players to do things unintended by developers, such as, depending on the game, cheating, manipulating various aspects of the game, and accessing unused assets and functions. 5 million units, okay? 5 million units of the original Game Genie were sold worldwide at a $49.99 price tag.
Oh yeah, they made their
That
money.
is $250 million for Galoob's pockets.
Yeah,
But you know how expensive that was back then? People were spending $50 to get to cheat on a game.
Hell
They wouldn't
yeah.
spend but they would spend $100.
Hell yeah, you were. You know why? Because fuck Mike Tyson's Punch Out. That's why. That's why.
Give you God in that.
Funny story. Before you guys got on, I was playing the emulator and I was showing Davey some of the games. And he's like, "Do you have Punch Out?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, bring it up." So I looked it up. He goes, "Go to enter the code." I'm like, "Okay." It's what, a 12-digit code? He
Yeah.
still knows it. So I put the code in. It took me right to the last guy. And I made him tell it to me like twice because I screwed it up and he knows it by heart.
Okay,
Can
but
you bring it up, Jeff? Can you bring it up to the screen?
Yeah.
but hold on, real fast though. Okay, Endless Lives in Contra.
Yeah.
Jeff, tell it to me right now. What is it?
Up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Thank you. Why do you still remember that?
Because we played the hell out of it for
So hold on,
years and years and years.
But that's what I'm saying. That's still the exact code.
You do realize though that there are so many homages to that singular code because so many people knew it that it's one of the cheat codes in GTA. It's a cheat code
yeah.
in it's several.
Deftones did it.
in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fatality in Mortal Kombat. now.
Deftones
Like,
have a song called Up, Down, left, right, B. You know what I mean? Like so many.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, so many bands have like homages to that.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
All right, so get back to the Game Genie. The Game Genie was packaged with a booklet of codes that could be used across various games. However, this booklet became outdated as Galoob developed new codes and new games were released. In response to this, Galoob created a paid subscription service. I didn't know this. They had a paid subscription service where subscribers would receive new code booklets every quarter. In addition, Galoob also ran advertisements in certain gaming publications such as GamePro and Nintendo Power that featured codes for newer games. So you remember you had the big Bible that came with the Game Genie and it had all your different codes for different games in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, what did you do when a new game came out? Well, you got to wait for them to release the codes. Well, they had a subscription service. I didn't know that.
So did you
going
know that
forward-
Galoob is actually owned by Hasbro?
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Hasbro right now is pushing their, of course, Nerf stuff. But just for all you Furby people out there, their Furby Furblets right now are like the hot thing right now.
Furblets.
So that's who Galoob was. I thought it was a toy company, but Hasbro actually either owns or bought Galoob at one point in time. So a game company, or not game, but a toy company actually jumped in on that to monetize because it was such a big deal at that point in time.
It's crazy. So, obviously, with Nintendo, we've seen with Pal World, and we've seen with many streamers and many YouTubers getting shut down because Nintendo doesn't want any of their stuff being used without their permission. Well, Galoob Toys versus Nintendo of America is a 1992 legal case where the United States Court of Appeals concluded that there was no copyright infringement made by Game Genie. The court determined that Game Genie did not violate Nintendo's exclusive right to make derivative works of their games because the Game Genie did not create a new permanent work. The court also found that the alterations produced by Game Genie qualified as non-commercial fair use. Galoob created the Game Genie to capitalize on the success of the Nintendo Entertainment System, reverse engineering the hardware to produce a device that could attach the Nintendo game to the cartridge to the console. Knowing Nintendo did not authorize this, Galoob preemptively sued Nintendo in May 1990 for blocking sales of the Game Genie, and Nintendo responded by suing for a preliminary injunction. Galoob ultimately succeeded when the case went to trial, also winning $15 million in damages.
Yeah!
Nintendo tried to appeal, but was unsuccessful.
So okay. So for
Nintendo
anyone else,
got Game Genied in real life.
so for everyone out there right now, so basically what they did is they were like, wait a minute, we have an idea. Well, they're going to come after us. Okay, the second we launch this, sue their asses. Why? Yeah. Because we're going to jump on this. So when we go to court, it's going to show that we are ahead of the game on this. So they drop the Game Genie, and it's not doing anything to their game. All it's doing is it's allowing people to bypass certain things. It's not altering the game itself, right? So that's what the courts looked at. But but they went they went full bore, and they were just like, no, sue them. For what? I don't know, because they're ugly. Just do it. Just sue them. Just put the paperwork in right now. So when this drops and they come at us, we have some standing. That is marketing genius. Genius.
Yeah. Well, you said they're owned by Hasbro, so they must have known their stuff. I mean, they had all that G.I. Joe money and Star Wars money and stuff.
Transformers, like shit, dude.
Yeah, Transformers.
They got
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what's up.
I just think it's great that somebody stuck it to Nintendo.
Hard.
Like they had to pay. Isn't that crazy?
Hard. Yeah, for sure.
I thought that was a great story about that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Anyways, okay, so moving forward, the next big thing, hardware-wise or accessory, whatever you want to call it, was Disney Infinity. Anybody remember this?
Yes.
My son, RJ, had this.
I have no idea what that is.
See if you can bring up a screenshot. So Disney Infinity was basically a game, but it came with a pad, like a little, looked like a mouse pad with little holes in it, okay?
Okay.
This would plug into your console, and then you could buy figures. The figures had these little codes that would tell the pad what the figure is for the game. So you could take like Darth Vader, put him on the pad, and he would show up in the game.
Okay.
And there was hundreds of figures that you could buy and collect.
Oh, I have heard of this.
Do we have a picture of it?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Working on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So click on the Star Wars one. It's in the top right above you.
I do remember this. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that got started with that weird goblin game that all the kids were like really big.
No, that's coming up next. This was first. Okay, so see the pad? Now see it has the little slots, so you could get all the different figures, and you put the figure on the slot, and then he pops up in the game. You can play as the figure in the game. And there were hundreds and hundreds to collect. Okay,
I mean that's pretty awesome though. Yeah, like it seriously is.
The Infinity series came out first. That's cool
because you have have the actual figure as well as being able to incorporate that into the game you're playing.
Oh, you don't even want to begin to understand how expensive those figures were. Like we're talking.
Well, here, let me tell you a story.
Yeah, go for
it.
So RJ had this. And he was really into it. It was like the first video game that he was ever into, and he loved it. So he would get the figures for
RJ
birthday,
is
for
Jeff's
Christmas.
son, by the way, just so listeners know who that is.
So we had. I'm telling you, I had a whole Tupperware thing of these figures. And we probably had maybe 50 of them, right? And I want to say about 5-6 years ago, we cleaned out his closet. And I'm like, bud, you want to get rid of these things? He's like, yeah, I don't want them. So we took them to Record Exchange. They'd taken all kinds of old retro stuff and whatnot. He ended up getting like $250 for the tub of figures.
What?
Yeah. And I mean, we're talking like, I don't know, 10 years later after the fact.
And
the game's dead.
Were these like something from like fast food places, or did you buy these?
No.
These.
Yeah, you had to buy these. So the original game and its toys raked in more than $500 million. The Star Wars figures alone earned around $200 million.
What?
Dude, each individual figure was anywhere between, what was it, $15 and $35, depending on the box set or whatever you got.
Did you say 200 million?
200
Just
million.
just the Star Wars alone.
The Star Wars.
The whole collection made half a
Holy
billion with a
Yeah.
B. Because dude, but it was cool though.
It was
because, like,
huge.
some of
huge.
your games, you would just be like, you know what, I like this character, but this is the stock character they gave me in the game. I want to, have this character, and all of a sudden you got freaking Darth Vader, and you have to go out and spend $35 on the figurine.
You know
and
what
you
this
plop
was,
them
John?
down, and you just-
You know what this was? This was baseball cards for that generation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
but they were
I was
pretty
just
figurines.
I was just gonna say, like, how cool would it be though? Like, okay, so like as people that play Fight, that's Fortnite for you people that are out there listening. How cool would it be that you actually had the figures, like the figurine or whatever of your skins you use, and when you're
They
like
did that for a while.
and I want to go in and I want to play this, but you just drop it onto your pad right here, and that's the one you bring in. It almost
funny.
it gives a sense of I don't know. There
Immersiveness.
yeah. Like you're a part of it in the real world as a part of just
Right.
virtually,
But wait, hold on. What if I sold you that exact same figurine for $35, but it was digital and you never owned it?
Shut up.
NFT.
That's what they're doing right
That's
now.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
100%. That's what they're doing.
Making
Yes.
money off of a digital skin. And you have no possession of it. So there's been a bunch of big cases though with people who have been buying digital games and their consoles brick up on them, or their accounts get frozen or whatever because of illicit activity or whatever. They lose all of their downloaded games because they technically don't own them.
Well, yeah, you don't own. That's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be cool to have. Again, hypothetically, if it's the same kind of thing, and there was like a Marvel game that was like, Fork Fight or whatever, and you got to collect all of the heroes or villains or whatever, and every time you wanted to use one of them, you just dropped them onto a device like the Infinity or whatever it's called. I don't know. There's something really, cool about that.
Look at it from a corporate perspective, though. So, say you have someone who does that, who goes out and makes those characters.
It costs way more money.
Well, it costs more, but think about it this way, though, too. You just got your account banned because you called somebody a bad word, right? You still have that figurine with that skin, so now you can use it on a new account. Where digitally, you have to pay for that skin on every new account. It doesn't transfer.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're making more money if you.
I guess you could always charge for the new account and using that skin. I don't know. What I'm saying is that it's super cool to be able to have like an actual physical version.
Oh, I agree.
Of what you're playing with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So this style actually, and it spawned a bunch of other ones. So there was Lego Universe. Lego had their own thing where you would actually have to build on the pad and then it would pop up in the game. That was pretty cool.
What?
You never seen it? Bring up.
I've never seen that.
Lego Universe.
up
Let me see this.
I think it's Universe. It's Lego Worlds or Lego Universe, and they had like Back to the Future, Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
you build them and you put them on the pad and they come up in the game.
I want.
RJ had this one too.
You're such a good dad.
I told you we're a family of gamers, man. What do you want from me?
You're such a good dad.
Lego Worlds, maybe Universe is an actual game, but I don't.
Maybe it's Lego Worlds. Oh, hold on, let me see what it is.
Yeah, I don't see one where you
Universe?
build it on a pad.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah, hold on.
That's freaking badass. Because I was just thinking that would be like huge.
Lego Dimensions.
Okay. I got you. Hold on.
And
Sorry,
by the
that was
way,
my bad.
while you're looking that up, the code that Dave you mentioned earlier was 007-373-5963.
That'll take you right to Mr. Dream.
That'll take you for Mike Tyson. If you want to go and fight Mike Tyson, that's 007-373-5963.
Okay, so look at this, John. So you had the portal, which was the pad. Okay,
It looks like the thing from freaking Infinity Wars. What the
but
shit?
can you, Logan, can you close this and show the different sets you can get?
Let's see.
Okay, so like there was a Batman set, there was a Back to the Future, there was Gremlins.
Why did this stop? Oh my god!
Scooby Doo, Superman.
Stupid expensive.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, but
was
it looks fun though. You're interacting real life with like the virtual world. I don't know. I'm
there's
way more into
Sonic,
this. I'm way
Wizard
more
of
into that.
Oz.
There's Gandalf.
Yeah, there's Gremlins.
That
There's
is-
Marty McFly.
Oh, there's a Stay Puffed. Stay Puffed.
Yep.
By the way,
You could.
real fast side
Disney
note.
Infinity started these.
Side note, real fast. Has anyone heard about anyone seeing the new Ghostbusters? By the way,
Yes, I
female
heard
one?
it's horrible.
you heard it's horrible.
Wait.
Yeah,
wait.
they from what I heard, the reviews I heard was they tried way too hard to make it like the first one, to the point where it's almost a repeat, like a awkward repeat of the first one.
There's a new Ghostbusters?
I didn't know that.
Is this the all-female one?
No.
No.
We'll talk later. Keep going.
Yeah, we'll talk later. Okay, so now I want you guys to remember. Okay, Disney Infinity was the first. Remember, it made $500 million, and the Star Wars characters made $200 million alone. Right? Remember those numbers. The next one that spawned from this, Logan, if you will, is called Skylanders.
Yes, that's what it was. Skylanders.
Skylanders
that
series
one at
has
all.
topped 3 billion in sales.
What the shit is that?
With over 250 million toys sold to date.
I don't even know what that is.
Skylanders is just like Disney Infinity, but it's like these different creatures. Like there's a dragon, there's a
And
rock creature.
every single
there's
one
a-
has different
a
abilities. Like it's crazy.
It's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon, but Disney Infinity.
Yeah, so
That's the best way to put it.
This is and this is going for $400, by the way. But this is a really good representation of all the different characters, and each one had its own ability. So you know what Digimon was, right, Dad? Back from like the late '90s. Oh my board. Anyway, so this is like Pokemon with guns, but Nintendo made it, and then they made many figurines for it to do what it does. It just wasn't really a big story with it. But you went out and you collected these $35 a piece figurines.
That's how much they cost back then?
Well, yeah, they cost.
Yeah, they were expensive.
They were expensive. They cost anywhere between like $15 to $30 some odd dollars.
And they were hard to find. So like people would like camp out at stores because there was rare ones that they only have so many of. It's like
That is crazy.
What I wanted. I hate
so that out of these what would you call them? These little pads, these interactive pads. The Skylanders series, this was the one that made the most money and sold the most. It was the most popular.
Oh,
I never
okay.
heard of this before.
Yeah, Skylanders was huge.
Now, see, to me, that'd be cool if it was like something like a World of Warcraft or something like that, where you had all the different integral characters or whatnot. But that looks really, I don't know what that is. That's.
And of course, Logan, if you could bring this one up too.
Yeah, I got you.
Of course, Nintendo came late to the game yet again, and they came out with Amiibos. And Amiibos were basically the same thing, where you could take like a Link figure and you could put it on your controller for the Wii U, I think.
So Amiibos are actually still used in the Switch.
I'm sorry. What was that thing called?
The Switch.
It was called a what?
Amiibo.
Wii U. Wii U.
These are still popular to this day.
Yeah, but look at the
And-
price tag on them,
$58.
just for the figure.
And this
And
is
you can use them in Smash Bros, can't you?
Yeah, you can use them in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So this is still active. Skylanders, Disney Infinity, those are no longer active. Like that, all that shit got shut down. So they switched over to the Amiibos, and the Amiibos are like nothing really. Yeah, here's the Super Smash Bros.
That is wild.
Yeah, so you could take like Samus from Metroid, and you could put him on your controller, and then boom, he comes up in Smash Bros. You could play as him.
Yep. And there, you have
That's
the Wii.
pretty
There's
cool.
Link.
back there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's everybody
Yoshi?
from Nintendo.
Get out of here. I had
You
no.
can get Bowser, Yoshi.
Dude, I've
everybody.
never heard of any
I
of
don't know,
that.
but that Super Mario one is pretty badass with the fireball.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The Donkey
Yeah, I was
Kong
gonna
is pretty
say,
cool. Yeah, I like the Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but all I hear is Seth Rogen laughing, so I'm a little pissed off about it.
Nice. All right, so that concludes the little pad part of the hardware. Okay, that was a big thing for a while.
That is insane. I honestly, I didn't realize how much they made with all those, and let alone have I heard of most of those. I mean, obviously, the Power Glove.
right. So now we're gonna fast forward to 2009. Anybody have an idea what the big hardware piece was in 2009? Like everybody had to have it.
Yeah, the Kinect.
No, that's on the list, but that's not yet.
2009. Hold on.
I know
made it.
everybody. I know all of you had one. You had to have. We're talking about Guitar Hero.
I had Rock
course.
Band. I didn't do Guitar Hero.
I had both. I had both.
I had Rock Band.
I
too.
still have it. It's in a bin in my laundry.
We were
room,
just
dude.
talking about that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, the Guitar Hero series sold more than 25 million units worldwide,
Units, folks.
earning $2 billion at retail.
Yes, sir.
Activision claimed the series to be the third largest game franchise in 2009 after the Mario and Madden NFL franchise.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a picture of Guitar Hero just in case anybody's never played it or seen it?
Got you.
Yeah, it is.
They were born under a rock.
You guys know what Guitar Hero was. I mean, it is what it sounds like. It's a add-on to your game to play guitar.
Yeah, dude. I loved
Through the fire and flames on hard on expert.
dude. Yeah, and you know what's funny?
You were a legend. If you could do that, you were a god.
I can do that. So I can do it on drums.
We're gonna stream it. I want Patreon.
Yes, that's a Patreon for sure.
On Extreme.
The
Yeah.
worst part is I don't think the Xbox 360 works anymore with that. So.
Right.
Do they not have a newer version of this?
No, the last one that came out was Xbox One, and like I said, that's the one that I keep having that has connectivity.
Well, I'll tell you
issues.
why.
That's heartbreaking.
Okay, so that one, it made a shit ton of money. Everybody played it. I played it. I mean, we all had it.
Hell yeah,
The next one that came out, Logan mentioned earlier, was Rock Band.
Yeah.
And what made Rock Band so unique was you had the full band. You had all the instruments. You had a drum
Absolutely.
set. You had a guitar. You had a microphone.
and
So,
a bass.
And
Yeah,
them,
you
and,
could use
you
another
could sing
guitar's
too.
bass.
You could sing on that one too.
Yep.
And they all
yeah,
broke
the microphone
within
was
10 minutes of using them.
Well, no, mine still work.
They all broke. Every one of them broke. Especially the
So
drum
the game
kit.
The game sold for 4 million units and generated global revenues of $600 million.
But Guitar Hero still
that's-
beat them out though. That's crazy.
That says nothing about the royalties that all the musicians and artists made.
Oh,
in those
yeah,
games
for sure.
Oh my God, it's probably crazy.
But the
For
best
sure.
part about Rock Band, though, was the fact that you could get a cymbal set for your drum that cost just as much as the game.
Wait,
I
you
know.
had to have it though. You know what I
but it was
mean? Like,
ridiculous.
you
dude.
had
it was
to.
like this set alone is like $350.
Like, dude, I can't play, any Kill Switch songs without that extra cymbal. I have to have that
that's
in
what
there.
it looked like,
Yep, there it is.
That was pretty cool.
I broke
Yeah,
so many pedals in that.
So the reason why there hasn't been any new ones and they stopped making these is because they lost money. All the hardware they had to make. You remember how you had to put that drum set together with all the pieces and pipes and whatnot, and all the parts and pieces. Remember, you bought the game. The box was huge. It was
Yeah.
like the
it
size
was-
of like a mini refrigerator box
Yeah.
or something. It was. They couldn't get it down to the point where they would actually like make money off it successful.
Well, then you had to
Because
pay
they were
all the
putting
bands
so much
though,
in,
too.
yeah,
Like,
and
all
that
the
too.
royalties
So
and stuff too. Yeah,
now you have what's the guitar one
for
that
Rocksmith?
teaches you how to play guitar? Rocksmith.
Rocksmith, yeah.
I
So you can actually
own
plug
that
a
too,
real
yeah.
guitar in, and
Yeah.
it will teach you how to play songs.
The only downside was you had to spend $35 on the cable to get it, or you got it with the game when it came out, and they no longer make the game, so you no longer got the cable. So
Right.
that was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Okay, so now we're going to jump a little bit ahead here. It's the one I talked about earlier, and that is the PSVR. That's the PlayStation VR.
It's so cool.
As of December 31st, 2019, PlayStation VR had sold through 5 million units worldwide, generating almost $2 billion in revenue.
Wait, so how
And I
much
will
was that
tell you-
damn thing?
It's
was a lot.
$399, I think.
Yeah.
There's a new one for the PS5 now. That's out.
So for the PS4, you bought the console, then you had to spend the exact same money you spent on the console for the VR set. But get this though, you could be Kirk from Star Trek and control the Enterprise.
you could do all kinds of crazy stuff, man.
It was awesome.
I had a game.
Was that supposed to wow me? I'm kind of.
I had a game that was called Cliff Climber, and it was like an indie game that some guy, and it was like $5 on the PlayStation Store. And what was so cool is like you would take the controllers, and when you had the VR, you could look up at the cliff, and you go up to the wall, and you squeeze the trigger on one hand, and it makes your hand in the game clinch. So like you're climbing. So you had to climb, and you would be climbing for like 20 minutes, and you look down and get butterflies because you're so high up. It was so cool. I had to
That's
get rid of it.
awesome, actually.
I've never done a
get rid of it.
VR set. I have no idea what
Oh,
it's
you
like.
have to try it. It's so much fun.
I played the really chintzy ones where you put your phone in the lens.
Oh yeah.
That's about as cool as I've ever gotten.
Okay, next one up is a huge one. It's actually probably the biggest.
This is
moneymaker, I think.
Is this the one from Facebook?
Facebook. No. That's
Metaverse?
That's This is we're still back on the hardware for the
Okay.
consoles. Wii Fit, which we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the big pad or whatever, right?
Yep. Okay, so the game was officially announced at Nintendo's E3 video game conference in 2007. The game was released in Japan a few months later on December 1st. It is an installment in the Wii video game series, which includes Wii Sports, Wii Play, Wii Music, I've never heard of that, and Wii Sports Resort, which are considered bridge titles that connect the hardcore gaming world and casual, or rather new players. Each copy of the game comes with a Wii balance board, which is used as a primary mode of control. Can we get a pic of the Wii balance board?
Wii balance. I never heard of this one though.
Sorry, don't worry,
Yes.
probably some pizza rolls.
Oh,
What is that?
Totinos. The game is perhaps Nintendo's most successful video game of all time, generating a revenue of 1.26 billion. And then it had a follow-up, the Wii Fit Plus, released in 2009.
Oh,
So this was pretty cool. You could actually stand on this thing and it would tell it would do your weight, your BMI, like how much water you had in your body, and then you would do these exercises and the board would keep track of it. And then over time, over weeks, it would actually measure your statistics, like are you losing weight? Your stamina is getting better, yada yada yada. So it was a
sweet.
really big thing.
it was so cool.
So cute. Next one up is the Xbox Kinect, which we talked about earlier. The Kinect is an inline of motion sensing input device produced by Microsoft and first released in 2010. The devices generally contain RGB cameras and infrared projectors and detectors that map the depth through either structured light or time of flight calculations, which in turn can be used to perform real-time gestures, recognition, and body skeletal detection.
Yeah.
So it's basically like an infrared camera for your Xbox.
Dude, it was so cool though on the Xbox Ones, like on the day one edition that I got the Kinect system to go with it as well too. You walked into the room, it saw your face, it instantly turned on.
Yeah.
Like it was awesome. Like I didn't have to say like, hey, Xbox turn on or none of that stuff. Like it saw my face walk in, so it turned itself on. And there was reasons why that got discontinued, but that was one of the biggest, coolest selling factors was that it always
shit
knew.
out of me, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Freaking ghosts. Shit, dude.
So the Kinect release for the Xbox 360 was estimated to have sold 8 million units in the first 60 days of release, earning the hardware the Guinness World Record for the fastest selling consumer electronics device. Over 10 million had been sold by March 2011.
That's insane.
Holy crap.
So they sold so many of these, and there was so much hype. All the hype around it, it made the Guinness World Book of Records. Like, that's crazy. And John, you're just coming back. We're talking about the Xbox Kinect.
Oh yeah, that I think I still have one in a box in the basement.
Same.
Yeah.
So Microsoft stated that 35 million units had been sold since its release. More than 750,000 Kinect units were sold during the week of Black Friday 2011.
Wow.
They sold 750,000 Kinects on Black Friday.
At what, $200 a pop?
Yeah, I think it was 200.
Well, the original one I think was like $150. I think was what the original price was, and then the newer one was like $180.
That's crazy.
And it was cool, just like Logan said. I mean, you could literally walk into your room and say Xbox on, and the thing would go whoop and look, and it would see you. It had facial recognition, and it would fire up the Xbox.
And what was it? Was it Just Dance that was on that? Was that the one that
Just Dance was the biggest one that was?
Yeah, there was quite a few actually, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was Kinect Sports Rivals, which is the one that's shown here. There was a Joyride one as well too. What was the
a Joyride? What do you do in that one?
You enjoyed it, right?
A lot of it was like visual representation though, so like whatever you were doing at the moment, it was doing in the game with you.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the last piece of hardware that made the list, okay, is one that I know about. I've never tried it or done it, but I've seen it a million times, and I know it was really big for at least a good 2 years. Was DDR. Do you know what DDR is? Stands for Dance Dance Revolution. It's big in the arcade. You ever seen the arcade where they dance on the pads?
Yeah.
And there's arrows.
Yeah.
So this was the console version of that.
Okay.
Konami today said its dancing game franchise, Dance Dance Revolution, recently tallied sales of 6.5 million units worldwide. Konami breaks out the stats as follows: 1.5 million copies sold in Europe, 1 million copies sold in the US, and 4 million units in Japan. So Japan likes to dance.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, they had a controller.
So it's estimated that Konami has made 6.5 million on the dance mat and the game alone.
Wow.
So it came with this mat, and you would plug it in, and you'd have the game, and you'd have to jump.
Everyone knows
different arrows.
Going to whether it's a Dave and Buster's, or I don't know if you guys, wherever you're at, you may not have that exact thing, but there were arcade games or whatever. Dance Dance Revolution was like the one where you'd go against somebody else, and you would have to follow what was happening on the screen and dance along with it. And then they made a home version of this. I did not know that. I had no idea.
So I got a quick little bonus thing I wanted to bring up that I found that I thought would fit with all this very well. Do you guys want to know what the top 15, real quick, we'll go through them, the top 15 controllers of all time?
15
controllers?
The most popular, the most selling.
Xbox Elite controller was number 1.
No, actually it isn't.
What?
Okay, so number 15 is the 6-axis PlayStation 2 controller.
Okay, hold on.
Number 14 is the DualShock 3 PS3 controller.
That was a good one.
13 is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
Okay.
12 is the DualShock PS4 controller. 11 is the Super Nintendo controller. 10 is the Donkey Kong bongos for Nintendo 64.
Yep.
I guess it's a set of bongos you can play.
That sounds amazing. I want that.
Right.
No, there's a streamer who goes through and he plays whatever game you want, but he's able to do it only through the bongos. So depending on if he has to jump or
that's pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
Number 9 is the NES Zapper / Light Gun. Number 8 is the Guitar Hero controller.
Okay,
Number 7 is
real fast before you keep going. Is this because they just broke a lot and people had to buy them all the time?
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
Okay.
Number 7 is the Oculus Touch, which I'm assuming is the controller for the Oculus, which is the VR headset by Facebook Meta. Number 6 is the GameCube controller, which is odd. Number 5 is the Wii Remote, which you're probably right because they probably broke so many.
They were through a lot of TVs too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 4 is the Xbox controller, the Series S and X, which looks just like this on my camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 is the Xbox One wireless controller, which we've all pretty much seen. It's pretty much the same thing as that one. Number 2 is the DualSense PS5, which is this one, the one I was showing you with the haptic.
Yeah.
Nuts. Number 1. Any guesses?
Oh boy.
Any guesses? I'll give you a hint. It's Nintendo.
It's got to be just
what is it?
It's the Joy-Cons because they die within less than 6 months.
Oh.
Any guesses, Davey?
Still thinking now.
No, John?
Only because I get
From Nintendo.
because you could like snap
From
them in
Nintendo.
half. You already said the original Nintendo though. No, I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the Wii controller, but I mean,
The
you already
number
mentioned it.
1 selling controller of all time is the Nintendo 64 controller.
What?
And I will tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Because of GoldenEye.
analog.
That's why.
That and the little analog in the middle. If you ever played the original Mario Party, like 10 of those mini games, you had to spin that analog as fast as you can. You know how many of those broke?
Yeah.
Think about that.
So that's
And then,
exactly what that is. You had to buy new ones. That's what this is.
Not only that, but you brought up a good point with GoldenEye. Nintendo 64 was the first Nintendo console to have 4 controller ports.
Yeah.
You could have 4 controllers at once, right? So obviously they're going to sell a shit ton of controllers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's your hardware and your controller. So I hope
that
you
is
guys
crazy.
learn some
That was
great
amazing,
stuff.
dude.
What were we gonna say,
And-
Logan?
What?
You were gonna say something. You were gonna say something like 2 seconds ago.
I was eating my pizza. Right
So that's it. That's the consoles. That's the add-ons and the controllers because we break control. When you're young and you get really mad,
God, yeah.
especially at a game you know you're doing good at and you just can't beat it, and then you just lightly set it down. It happens to
Right.
break, and then you have to pay
does.
for a new one. So that's what happens with all those. Now what we're doing is we're going to go into the news because from what I hear, the guy with a mouthful of pizza rolls right now has got a lot to talk about in the news.
We gonna game. That's my news.
And we're done. Yay.
All right, so we have a lot to talk about because it's been, a little bit of time since we've, recorded an episode. So let's, since, Dad kind of took my shine on Stadia, we're going to talk about the E3's potential return. So there are rumors suggesting that E3 might actually take place physically in Los Angeles in June 2024, potentially with some online elements for wider accessibility. Major gaming companies like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are expected to be present, showcasing their upcoming titles and hardware, like hopefully a new PlayStation Pro or a Switch Pro or Xbox Pro or a Logan Pro. I mean, it's endless. This could be the venue for highly anticipated reveals like the next installments of popular franchises such as the new Legend of Zelda game or Grand Theft Auto 6.
That's pretty interesting, though, because the whole reason E3 basically got shit canned is COVID. Yep. When COVID hit and they couldn't do conferences anymore, Sony was like, okay, we're going to do ours. Xbox did the State of Play or whatever. Nintendo does their own. Everybody just started doing their own because you could do it virtually online. And that's what pretty much killed E3. I'm really shocked that they're going to try and bring it back.
They're going to try and bring it back. And leading into that, industry analysts are actually pretty cautious about the impact of the pandemic and wonder if E3 can recapture its former glory.
Okay, real fast for those that may not know what E3 is, can you dive in a little further into that and let people know?
Gamer convention, dude. It's like Comic-Con but for nerds, man, but gaming nerds. Basically,
what does it stand for?
I don't know. What does it stand for?
Electronics, essentials, and elephants.
That is not what it stands for.
Look it up.
That is not what it stands for.
Because that's everything that's at that show.
Okay, fair.
You heard it here first.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you right now that if elephants is in this, I will pay you $100 cash.
Oh, man, I wish it was.
Okay. I'm
Come on, AI. Come on, AI. Help me out.
No AI. That is ridiculous. Hold on, we're all looking at it right now.
It's definitely electronics.
The Electronic Entertainment Expo.
There it is.
No fucking elephants. It'd be a lot cooler if there were, but
right. You walk in and you see the new Sonic the Hedgehog game. There's an elephant
just
playing the actual
in the background. Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Exactly.
It's the dumbest.
All right.
So dumb.
So next on the list of new news, we're talking about the rise of indie gems. So platforms like Wholesome Direct focus on showcasing independent games, many developed by smaller studios or solo creators. These games often offer unique gameplay mechanics, heartwarming narratives, or innovative art styles. Titles like Arise, A Simple Story, and Ooblets are examples of some rather popular and successful indie games that are gaining a lot of recognition. These successes of indie games, highlight the creativity and innovation, yada, yada, yada. We're going to go past that. I wrote all this, by the way, so don't worry about it. One thing I really want to talk about, which I think is actually pretty freaking awesome, how we were talking about Guitar Hero and Rock Band and my favorite games ever. There's a new game that's got an unexpected success. It's called Trombone Champ, where it's a rhythm game where you attempt to master the art of the trombone.
Are you serious?
This game's quirky visuals, surprisingly challenging gameplay, and meme-worthy moments have propelled it to viral fame. Not as good as Helldivers. But streamers and content creators have been sharing this hilarious attempts at mastering the trombone, leading to, its rise in popularity.
So there are a bunch of people just blowing into a device. And that's a game now, is what we're doing.
We were talking about,
and you know what the bad part about is
where you were surprised.
Here's the bad part, and everyone can attest to this. Over the course of these last couple episodes, you've all seen precursors, right? So Nintendo had the Wii U, they had the Wii, and then you keep going back and they had the motion controls that eventually built the Wii. This is going to make breathalyzers for consoles, so you're not going to be able to play drunk anymore. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this is what's going to happen.
Okay,
you're going to have to blow into the system, and it'll be like, no, you can't play.
I'm done playing games at that point.
They want you to be drunk before you play.
Yes.
I'm done playing games at that point. I think, again, it goes along with the porn industry. I mean,
hey.
but dude, it's the biggest industry out there right now when it comes to entertainment.
Is that what a blowjob is? You just blow on it?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, we're talking about
Yes.
Trombone Simulator over here.
Yes.
You're over here talking about the porn.
And
That's
now-
what I'm
now we're-
saying. That's what I'm
Now we're
saying.
a sex education podcast.
Yes. I've never done it.
I'm just saying that, there's a reason for everything is all I'm saying. It's better than
Precursors.
It's better than having a breathalyzer to play a video game is what I'm saying.
Well, next in the news, we're going to be talking about some new games that have been dropping that are actually pretty sweet. So a relatively new game that was a cult classic in 2012 is Dragon's Dogma 2. Just dropped I think yesterday, the day before at like 8 p.m. It's a classic RPG. It's received a lot of positive reviews for its open world and very deep gameplay. However, it's been review bombed on PC platforms due to microtransactions.
Do you want to know why, though? The biggest thing, you have to pay
To fast
get
travel.
fast travel. Yeah. Like, legit, it's a bad, like, you know how Fortnite has the skins, right? You go in there and it's like, you buy skin. You have to go into their battle pass and buy the ability to fast travel. And this game is huge. Like,
It's gigantic.
So for hours, you're walking around in this world.
What I've heard from people that actually I'm pretty close with that have been playing the game, you don't really need that. There's so much to do between point to point. It's not like Skyrim where you're going to walk for 50 miles to go from
or DayZ
or DayZ where you're going to walk
forever.
You just legit, it's walking simulator. It's not like that. There's a lot to do in between point to point. So the fast travel would be more useful for end game stuff versus early mid game stuff. So it is still stupid
like,
that
you
have to
charge
pay-
for that. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you have to pay
amazing.
to do that. It's so stupid. So, Dad, fast traveling. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's when you are.
I
at a
know
certain
all
place.
about it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Seriously?
No idea. No.
Oh my lord. So fast traveling is if you were walking from, let's say, your house to my house, you would take you probably like 30 minutes to get there, right? If you fast traveled, it would be instantaneous through a 30-second load screen. And you just magically happened upon
So
my house.
do they have that
Let me-
in
let
Red
me-
Dead Redemption 2?
Yes, they do have fast travel.
Do they?
Well, kind of.
Kind of. You have to pay for
You set the
whatever.
waypoint with your horse, and the horse runs
Yeah, just
forever.
walks, yeah.
Spider-Man that you play on PlayStation probably has fast travel.
Yes, it
where
does.
you open up the map,
Yeah.
and then you just zoop to the spot you want to go to.
Yes.
Yes, that's fast travel.
Yeah, it's usually around like a beacon point where you've already done something there. So it
Imagine having to
allows you
pay for that. Imagine having to pay for that.
Kids will do that
I know they will, but it's crazy.
because it's not their money. That's why they'll pay for that.
Yeah,
that's fine.
If I'm not mistaken, though, I think it's like, what is it, $2.50 for fast
But
travel?
still
Yeah.
though, you bought the game for $69.99. Like,
Yeah, but the skin creator though is $12.50.
it is. Or the I thought you were going to talk about the character creation is being
character
remarked as the most in-depth, craziest character creation in any game ever.
You can make anything from legit Thanos to Pikachu to freaking Squidward to me.
Like, hold on, let me bring up some images. Like, keep going, Logan. I just want to show him.
and
anyways,
what game is this again?
This is called Dragon's Dogma 2. So it's an RPG. It's basically it's Monster Hunter meets like an actual RPG game. If you've never played Monster Hunter, you fight these gigantic monsters with these elaborate weapons. There's a whole lot of fight sequences and stuff like that, but they also introduce magic and
So look at
a bunch of
this.
stuff.
Look at this guy made a black cat with long hair. That's his character.
It is so in depth.
Look at this guy. Made this blue guy.
That's handsome Squidward from SpongeBob.
There's Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. I mean, like, look at this. Look at this big troll guy.
Yeah.
Look at this.
How
cat
long
person.
does it take to create one of the characters like
We don't
that?
ask
though?
those questions. We just do it.
We just
Like you
play
could be a Khajiit from freaking.
Here's
Skyrim.
Gandalf. Look, here's Gandalf. It looks just like him, doesn't it?
It does for sure.
Oh,
So like you could. Here's Timothy Chalamet, whatever his name is.
Chalamet, yeah.
it's the city.
Like you could literally make anybody in this game. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Dude, I thought Black Desert had the best character.
Oh, this
creation.
blows it away.
This one blows it away.
Okay, so real fast though.
Look at Kratos from God of War.
Let me just say something real fast. The fact that you can make something as in depth with the character creation as that, does it bother you to still have to pay $2 to fast
Yes,
pass
yes,
whatever?
it does.
Even though that's that in depth and like more in depth than any other game ever, where you can create something.
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna break your heart. You can fast travel.
In every game, pretty much. for free.
In Skull and Bones, you can fast travel. Okay?
That's your favorite game, though. You can't talk about it.
I'm gonna get like a sponsorship to stream that one of these days, and I'm just gonna be like,
Or you're gonna get a do
Or a
not
cease and desist.
a cease and desist. Yeah.
Cease and desist on that for sure.
Like, I'm sorry, sir. You have to stop talking about this game.
You're not allowed.
So next in the list of new games that are coming out, we have this awesome game called Knockout City, dude. Guess what it is? It's a vibrant dodgeball game that took the online world by storm.
A dodgeball
Dude, dodgeball
game?
would be cool.
That sounds fun, though.
But there's some drama behind it. However, recent reports suggest that the developer, Velen Studios, might be facing significant layoffs. The reasons behind this are unclear, but it could indicate a decline in player engagement or a shift in the studio's direction. Fans are actually, and there's a lot of fans, they're worried about the future of this game and its potential for further development.
Can you get a Patches O'Houlihan skin?
Dude, that'd be amazing. But you're in a...
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
That'd be so cool.
As long as the ending, when you win the game, you get that big sign that drops on you, that'd be hilarious.
What was it? The Ocho?
Yeah. Numero 8, the Ocho.
Such a good movie.
And Cotton, back to you.
Yeah.
So are you done? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, I still have a whole list to go.
Okay.
So anyways, so Grand Theft Auto 6 developments. We're talking about Rockstar Games, known for its massive online world titles like Red Dead Redemption 2, is reportedly facing some hurdles in the development for the highly anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6. Shocker.
Yeah, right.
Details are scarce, but rumors suggest that the production issues might cause significant delays. We're talking PS4 7.
What?
Serious?
Dude,
Okay.
there's no, they're going to lose. There's no way. They would lose so much money.
They would.
So anyways, so to potentially address this, Rockstar is allegedly encouraging staff to return to the office environment, possibly to streamline communication and collaboration, because after the pandemic, there's been a lot of work from home stuff. And because of that, there's a lot of issues with games being incredibly buggy because everyone's working from home nowadays because they're scared to be in the same environment as everybody else. So
Did you see, speaking of GTA 6, did you see the face tattooed guy that's trying to sue them for using his likeliness in the trailer?
yeah,
I didn't hear anything more about it. I heard
Mike
he was
Tyson?
gonna like try and get a lawyer.
They
No, it's
squashed
some
it.
what does he look
Jake
like?
Paul.
He kind of looks like MGK, I guess would be the easiest way to put it. But he's got like tattoos all over his face and stuff, and he looks like he's like probably like a hardcore rapper.
Yeah, probably
Anyways.
Post Malone or something.
There's a rendered model of him in the trailer that looks identical to him, and so he's trying to sue Rockstar now for likeliness and royalties and whatnot. I don't know if it went anywhere yet, but
There's
far as
no
I know,
way.
it hasn't gone anywhere.
They won't, unless he has some sort of like relation to somebody else. There's no way they're gonna. There's no way that's gonna go through things. I thought you were talking about like Mike Tyson or Jake Paul because this new fight coming up or some shit.
Yeah, I've actually heard what's his face from Limp Bizkit's actually training Mike Tyson right now. Yeah,
Predators?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, what? No, we'll talk later. Keep going. That's not happening. That's not happening. Go ahead. Go.
So next on the list, World of Warcraft class mechanic changes. We're talking World of Warcraft. They might be in for a bit of a gameplay shakeup. There's rumors that the developers are considering introducing the Empowering Essences mechanic, currently exclusive to the new Evoker class, to other classes in the game. This could change the game for better or
it would,
worse.
and they need it. They need it
okay,
badly.
so real fast, our two guys, Jeff and Davey that play World of Warcraft. What does
For
that
way
mean?
too many years.
What does that mean?
Yeah, dude.
So they released a new class with this last expansion called Dragonflight, and you essentially play as a dragon, and it's terrible. But the new class, they have this. They have these essence is like their ability, their power. They're trying to take that and spread it across all classes to kind of balance the gameplay because the dragons are so broken. Like when you go into raids and dungeons, all the dragon classes, they just destroy all the meters. They're like number one. They put everybody to shame, and everybody's like pissed off because they've been playing this game for 10, 15 years. And they're like, why the hell does my class suck when this new guy's better? Blizzard has always had issues with balancing through all their games. They have it with Overwatch. That's why Overwatch sucks right now.
Yeah.
This new season's terrible. They keep changing it every week with different patches and nerfing this and buffing that, and they never get it right. They never got it right with Diablo 4. That's why it's such a trash game and nobody plays that anymore. They couldn't balance it.
Yep.
And they've been trying to balance World of Warcraft, what, Davey, every quarter for the last 10, 15 years?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
been a little
And
ridiculous.
they cannot balance their games. They just can't. So this is going to be another sad attempt. It's going to make a lot of people pissed off, and a lot of people will quit playing, and then they'll have to rebalance it again after. It's just on and on and on.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, on to the next thing in the news. We're talking about Hades, for a lot of our
Love that game.
mobile game players. The roguelike dungeon crawler, critically acclaimed for its addictive gameplay and rich storytelling, it's finally been released to iOS. This means
Really?
players can now experience the thrill of battling their way out of the underworld on their
On
phones.
the iPhone. Nice.
Adding to the
That's
game's
cool.
accessibility and potential for a wider audience. It is fantastic, and you know what? I think that's it for the news today.
Good job on that.
All right.
All right, so you guys got all kinds of new stuff coming up, but
Nice.
I know that our resident friend Davey so excited about the consoles that he actually wanted to talk about the games and the bundles that came with those consoles.
We're
And-
talking about like when you bought a Nintendo, you got Mario Brothers, with it,
Right.
or if you bought a Genesis, you got
Exactly.
Sonic.
Or
We're talking
now,
about
if you
bundled.
go and get PS5, you get the Spider-Man 2 or whatever. Like it's
or Logan's Gears of War Xbox.
correct. Which,
Look at yeah.
which
he's
by
like,
the way,
yeah, boy.
it was super cool looking. So, all right, so let's Davey, what do you got, buddy?
Yes, sure. All right. So I want to say this. There's like 30 plus consoles that came out throughout the years since 1972 to up to today. So instead of talking about each console and the games that bundle with them, I'm just going to say the ones that I owned. And you can say if you own the same that I did, maybe.
Perfect.
But here
Sounds
it goes,
good.
right? So starting from 1977, the Atari 2600, it came out with the, remember that game Asteroids?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that
Oh.
came with the Atari?
Yep.
No
Yep.
kidding. I didn't know that.
When I got my Atari back in the day, it came out with the Asteroids, and it was a great game, dude. So
Why didn't they give away ET with it?
Because it sucked, dude.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine like it's Christmas and you open it up and you're like, oh my god, I got Atari, and you like plug it in, you put the ET thing, and you die in the first second. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
This is it?
I guess that's why they didn't put ET in it. So yeah, that would suck. So the next one that I got from was Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, in 1985. It came out with Super Mario Bros. I think
Yeah.
all of us got Super Mario Bros.
Oh, yeah.
bundle, and with the gun for the
Oh, yeah.
hunt. Yeah. So then let's go to 1988 when I got my Sega Genesis.
Ooh,
You know which one it came with, right?
Sonic.
Sonic, the
Sonic,
Hedgehog.
for sure. Yeah.
That was really
But
amazing. One.
the original Sega before Sonic came up with Altered Beast.
Dude, I
It was
told
bundled
you
with it.
well, you gotta remember this. I'm in Mexico, so it came.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm just saying the original, like the old one, came with Altered Beast.
I played
Okay.
Altered Beast at here in Cleveland, Ohio. I went and I just quarter after quarter after quarter in the arcade in this little podunk in the middle of the hood deli, not even deli, like a quickie mart. I played that every day all summer long until I beat that shit.
It was really.
I loved that game.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't have that one. I mean, mine came with Sonic, and I played a lot of Sonic.
oh yeah,
man.
I did too.
Yeah. Then I got the Super Nintendo, the Super NES, 1990.
Mario, right?
Mine came with Super Mario
Yeah.
World. Yeah, that was pretty good. Then Sony PlayStation, the PlayStation 1, mine came with Ridge Racer.
Yeah, mine did too.
Remember that?
That was
Yeah.
a great game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember if you turned the car around, the guy would be like, "Hey, you're going the wrong way. You're crazy." It would say that over and over and over if you were going backwards.
What was it? Ridge Racer?
Ridge Racer, man, that was such a good game.
I
Here,
don't
I'll
remember
bring
that
it up.
game. Yeah.
I'll get you a screenshot here.
Yeah, it was one. That was on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, it was like the coolest at the time. It was like the coolest race car game ever made.
Yeah.
Here's what it looked like. I say that now, but it
On the
was cool,
arcade.
man. It was fun.
It was
Oh
really
my
fun.
God.
And like if you spun your car around, the guy would over and over, like on loop, it would nonstop. You go, you're going the wrong way. You're crazy. You're going the wrong way. You're crazy. Like to force you to turn around and go the right way. It was awesome.
Wait, for what console was that for?
PlayStation 1, PS1.
PS1, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember that
Then,
one. Damn.
Moving forward, I had the Nintendo 64.
Yes.
And again, another Super Mario 64.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to know a horrible story? And I don't even know if I want to tell this.
You do.
Go ahead,
You
dude.
do.
Yes,
Especially after
my
that.
whole family,
Yes.
my whole family listens to this show, so
It's fine. It's fine.
I got a Nintendo 64 for the Christmas that it came out. Okay, I can't remember how old I was at the time, but I knew I was getting it. It was at the point where like my parents were like, all right, here's your budget, pick what you want for Christmas, because I didn't do the list and all that stuff anymore. So I picked a Nintendo 64, came with Mario, right? And I know they bought it because they went Christmas shopping. This is like weeks before Christmas. Well, my dad had a business trip and he had to take my mom, and I think they went to Atlantic City or something, right? So they were gone for 4 days. Guess who found their Nintendo 64, strategically opened it, played it, then strategically packed it back up and put it back in the hiding spot. Now, here's the best part. Christmas morning hits, I open it up and I act all like, oh, this is awesome. I can't wait to play this Mario game. I boot it up and I forgot, and I had it saved. I already had like 4 stars. My dad's looking at the screen. He goes, what is this? They have one that's already beat for you? And I'm like, yeah, that's weird, isn't it? And I just kept playing. I was such a little shit, dude. Like I literally stuck my Christmas gift out, played it, and then put it back so no one knew.
First of all, kudos to you for doing that. And second of all, don't do that, children.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Santa Claus doesn't like
I
that.
know.
Stop it.
Damn.
I know.
I did something like that, except I did not open mine. I was just like, I found what my presents were. I knew I was gonna get my Super Nintendo, and I was getting Zelda and Street Fighter. So I had to act surprised, and it was the worst acting ever.
I spent, and I'm not joking when I say this, I spent a half hour with a butter knife cutting that label perfectly so it looked like it never opened. Just
Okay.
to get it open.
First of all, why are you using a butter knife, man? You need something with a sharper edge. Like
Yeah, I know. But
razor blade,
still,
bro.
I mean,
Razor blade.
I was surgically cutting that box open so no one would ever know.
Yeah, I used to do that, and like it has to be a razor blade, so that way when you put the tape back, it's like it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Right, right.
Because if not, my parents would use the razor blade on me. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh shit! All right, moving on. Then I had the PlayStation 2 that came in 2000.
Oh,
Mine
what came with
Metal
that?
Gear Solid 2.
Oh wow!
That was a
yes.
great game, dude.
God
Wait,
damn, that
so-
was such a good game.
PS2 did that have where you could get the bundle with
Twisted Metal.
was it Twisted Metal or
I got, yeah.
Some of them got with Gran Turismo 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's about the time where they started having different bundles.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
when that whole thing started, where they would like a game would come out and they would bundle it, and a game would come out and they would bundle differently. So
there was
that
another
like
one.
around that.
Yeah, there was one that had Gran Turismo 3 on it. I had that one. I had that
Yeah, there was
game.
Gran Turismo. There was a Tekken one.
Yeah.
You could
Maybe
get
that's
a
the one
Tekken
I had.
bundle.
Yeah, mine came with the Metal Gear 2, and dude, I love the game.
Oh my god, that was such a good
today.
game.
Yeah. All right, so then next year I got my first Xbox.
Oh, boy.
2001, and mine came. I mean, I think they all came with Halo.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That was amazing. And a funny story, I got the GameCube almost same year. I remember that. And
Nice.
I just got it with the, what was it? The Zelda Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Funny story with me and Nintendo. I'm just making a little window here. Me and Nintendo, we really didn't have a really good relationship because of this NES. because John, you said it earlier. It was too childish, right? So I was not getting these new consoles at all. But if it had the name Zelda in it, I had to buy it. So I actually bought my GameCube bought the Zelda game. I beat the game in like 2 weeks, and I sold away my.
He's not lying. Like back in the day when we used to play Warcraft together, I mean, we're talking years and years and years ago. I remember like we were like in the game playing, and he's like, "Oh, I got to go." And I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna be back on later?" No, I'm going to the store to buy a Nintendo Switch. I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get a Nintendo Switch and play the Zelda game." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So then he disappears for like a week, and then all of a sudden he pops back on. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, I just sold my Nintendo Switch." I was like, "What?"
That's a true story, dude. Yeah. I did that for the Breath of the Wild, which is just in the list at the end. But I actually did that. I just went, got the Nintendo
He's
consoles with the Zelda, and just sold the thing. Yeah, true story.
He's a,
All right,
a Zelda fanboy.
Which, by the way, real fast, our next episode is going to be about Zelda. So if you've made it this far and you're like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Next episode is going to be about Zelda. So
Speaking of, Davey, have you seen the new Zelda game coming out called Legend of Link?
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
So busy working.
did you hear the silence?
not in the news? Shit!
Because I don't know what the actual name of it is, but there's a new
Davey.
Zelda game coming out where you can play as Zelda.
Look at his screen. Look at his screen. He's looking to see how much he can get for his PC to trade in for a new Nintendo.
Davey,
Look at him.
if you need help, blink
sweating.
twice. Blink twice if you need help.
Holy shit! Did that mean someone have to get a new console and sell it?
Yep.
It's supposed to be on the Switch, but yes, you may gonna have to.
Dude. Damn. All right.
But it's badass, dude. You legit play as Zelda. You don't play as Link or anybody else. You play as Zelda, and she has this this mask feature, or whatever, where she like switches out her weapons depending on the map. Dude, it looks BA.
Is it the same graphics as Breath of the Wild and the other one? The new one?
Yeah, it's the same graphic.
Oh, it's garbage then. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's 2024. We can have like high fidelity graphics, guys.
Not
We
with
don't need a
Nintendo.
comic book game.
Not with Nintendo.
Is it coming for
make
the
their
Switch?
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out the new Switch coming out
That's
here at the
why.
end of the year, beginning
Yeah.
of the next year. But they make their games on a cartridge the size of an SD card, man. You know how big Call of Duty is? It's like 4 terabytes. You can't fit that on a cartridge that big.
Damn. All right. I probably will get one. Dang it, Nintendo! I hate you. Oh. Anyways. Speaking of Nintendo, well, not yet. First, I'm gonna talk about PlayStation 3, and mine came with Uncharted.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I don't know what mine came with.
Great
I can't
game.
remember.
Dude, Uncharted.
I feel like mine
Amazing.
came with was it Grand Theft Auto?
I'm looking at bundles right now, and there was Gran Turismo 5, there was Call of Duty Black Ops, there was Infamous, Uncharted, which Davey's talking about.
Yeah.
The Last of Us, there was a bundle.
Was there a Crash Bandicoot? Because that's
I don't see a Crash.
I'm kidding because that was like PS2. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I don't see one of those.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Maybe I didn't have a bundle with mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I got a bundle either because I don't remember.
For which console?
PS3,
PS3.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
PS3.
Yeah, I got mine with the Uncharted because I was told that game was amazing. So
Oh, there's a God of War one that's all red.
That was the God of War one was really cool.
That's
they
cool.
Did a remaster of Twisted Metal, and they had a bundle with that, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of those free games that came with like the base game console looking thing or whatever. I don't know if you want to consider that.
Was there a
bundle.
Final Fantasy one?
There might
Because I
have
feel like I may have had a.
There was for Final Fantasy Online. Was that PS4?
Not.
There was a Final Fantasy Online bundle you could get. I remember seeing it at GameStop all the time.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Moving on, Davey.
Moving on. Then that same year, I got a Nintendo Wii
No,
with Wii Sports. of
And you
course.
threw that shit right out the window, right?
That was the pinnacle.
Honestly, I didn't like Nintendo Wii, but I played it with my parents. They loved the bowling game, but I thought it was so stupid.
Listen.
So
So
you ever
Davey
had-
sold that shit immediately.
If you ever had an
I
argument in the
did.
house, y'all played boxing. That was it. You just boxed. Wii
Nice.
Sports boxing, dude. You had an argument, you settled it with boxing, and we called it a day. I always won. Anyways,
This guy. This guy.
I mastered Wii Sports, dude.
oh my god, I didn't. I wasn't not a fan of this Wii. I mean, I didn't like it. Moving on.
Yeah, who wants to move when you play video games? I want to sit there and
had
eat
a heart
Cheetos.
attack playing soccer
Yeah.
with my daughter the other day. That's
It's not called video gamer size, okay? Like, let's get this right. I want to sit in my chair and not move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want to sit there and drink Mountain Dew and
Right.
You know?
God.
That's why the Nintendo Wii Fit, whatever, that was not appealing for me. I mean, I just want to sit down and be a lazy one.
No, you know what that was? Is Nintendo went through nursing homes. It was like, we can make money.
Ma'am, can you move your arm?
Conquered this. Yeah. We haven't conquered this world yet. Let's go for this one.
Can you move your arm real fast? Just okay, real slow. You can do it real slow. I got a game for you.
Dude, you
gotta
ever
get
seen the meme videos of that? So
No.
like that was a big thing when the Wii came out. It was in the news that all these nursing homes were using it for what do they call that? Activity time for all the old people.
Which is awesome.
And dude, it's some of the most meme worthy videos because it shows the old ladies and they're facing the opposite way of the TV, throwing the remote like not working, like and you see the people like the people come over and like no ma'am, and they're like turning her around towards the TV. Oh I can't see it. Like it's awesome.
Okay,
you gotta look it up on
you
YouTube.
realize that's going to be us one day, right?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Davey, go ahead.
Jeff is moving in slow motion on my side, dude. It's so funny. He's just like, it's so funny.
Bullet time. I'm in bullet time. Max Payne.
Max Payne. That was a great game too. All right, next on my list, it's a PS4, and I got mine with The Last of Us Remastered.
Ooh.
Great game.
Oh.
Great game.
Yeah.
What do you think of Last of Us 2, Davey?
I hate it.
I knew that was coming. That's why I asked him.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
We're not going to
love-
say why. We're not going to say why because we're going to do a Last of Us episode because the TV show and the games.
Oh,
it's
yeah, for
huge.
sure.
We're going to do a whole episode on
Yeah.
that, so don't spoil
Okay.
anything.
I'm not gonna
We'll get to that
spoil it.
another time.
Okay. But I hate it.
I know you do.
I haven't played the game, and I love The Last of Us, but just
My-
the fact.
My wife does too. She was really into that, and when she played the second one, and you told me about what happens, and then when I saw her go through it, and she literally put the controller down, she's like, "What the fuck?" I mean, like she was pissed, like
Dude,
pissed.
Okay,
lot
no
of people-
spoilers, no spoilers
Yeah,
because
no
No,
spoilers.
Yeah, no
We'll
spoilers.
cover it in that episode.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is a
but-
ghost in that one.
What?
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 This is that the Sixth Sense? Is that what we're talking about?
No spoilers.
Oh, there's a spoiler right there, folks.
No, I had the Horizon Zero Dawn PS4 bundle, and the newest game that just came out for Horizon Zero Dawn is worse.
Forbidden
than
West.
Yeah, it's worse than the Last of Us 2.
I never got into it. It wasn't appealing to me. Like robot dinosaurs, like, yeah, I'm good.
What is it called?
Horizon. I gave you the game, Dad. It's Horizon.
That doesn't mean
Zero
I've
Dawn.
played it, okay? You've given me like 45 games in the past like 24 hours. I don't. What is it called
I
again?
gave you the physical copy.
It's called Horizon Zero Dawn. You play as this like
Alloy.
Yeah, you play as Alloy, who's like this cool Scottish Viking chick or whatever, who goes around killing robot dinosaurs.
That
And
sounds
she has
fun.
a
I should play
Neuralink
that.
installed in her head. So like when you're walking around, like the Neuralink shows you things on the map that you wouldn't see otherwise.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's robot. It's like robot dinosaur. It's terrible.
I tried
He said,
the game. I
it's
didn't
terrible.
Like it.
It's terrible.
It's not as terrible as, some other games, but
No, you can dig, dude. Don't stop. Don't
Yeah, go
stop.
ahead.
Dig.
No, wait. Let him cook. Let's see.
Odyssey sucked.
And why did it suck? Did you
because
finish it?
microtransactions, that's why.
For what?
Dude,
There was
you
DLC. That was it.
It was I hated it.
Oh my god, this guy who likes Pokemon with guns thinks it's the greatest game of the year.
And guess what's making more money right now than Odyssey?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Triggered. They're triggered. And I'm going to stop that conversation right now. But listen,
love.
to our listeners out there, for our gamers out there, for people who aren't even gamers and you want to get into it, tell us what games you're playing. Do you like Odyssey versus Pal World, or are you into?
God, if that's a comparison, I mean, shoot everybody.
Like,
I think it should be.
What games are you playing? We want to know. And if you're not playing games and you're like, damn, I really wish I could, and I need to make some time for it or whatever, let us know, and we can guide you into where to go to get you moving and to smaller increments. You know what I mean? Because listen, we're all very, very, very busy people, and we still find time to do what we do. So do us a favor, let us know, hey, I'm interested in these kinds of games. I'm interested in this. I really liked when you guys talked about this game. Oh my God, I remember when I was this age and I played this game. Well, let's talk about it. Hit us up, let us know, and then we'll help you. We'll guide you, because I'm old, Jeff's almost as old, and Davey is as old.
Yeah.
But we're still gamers, and we do this. All right. The young buck down there, he's here because, you know, we're afraid of people.
Love you, Logan.
Because I don't know what else to do right now.
We're afraid of people because we're old, and he gets them off our lawn. That's fine. That's what he does.
I got you.
That's right.
So in the meantime, seriously, get a hold of us. Let us know if you want to find out about a game you want to play or something you're interested in. Let us know, and we will help you in any way we can possible. Okay.
Listen, I'm starting tutorials for Rocket League every Saturday starting next week. Dad's my first client.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
$1 an hour. We're golden, dude.
Shit, I'm trying with that game. I really am.
Listen, you guys got to get on our YouTube, Generation AFK on YouTube. Look that up and check out our videos. I have a video I'm working on right now. So last week we decided that we had all these games that everybody wanted to play, and we're like, well, what do we do? We took the randomized wheel that we used for Overwatch.
Wheel of pain, baby.
We have a wheel.
We put all the games that everybody wanted to play on the wheel, and we would every 25 minutes, so it was fair.
Yep.
Every 25 minutes, we'd spin the wheel, and whatever game it landed on, all four of us had to play together. And boy, was it fun.
So I think for the next time we do the Wheel of Death, or whatever you want to call it, we have to add a game in there that we all hate.
Yes. I agree.
But is popular.
It's got to be co-op, though. It's got to be co-op.
Of course. But it's got to be a popular game that we're just like, no, this game sucks. And then we have
I'm thinking like Fall Guys.
That's kind of fun.
No, it's not. No, it is not fun.
I'm saying it could be anything down to freaking Minecraft. You know what I mean? Like, let's whatever. Add it.
Davey, you can't play Minecraft in 25 minutes. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, just getting in, it will be 10 minutes. Yeah.
I can play
25
Minecraft.
minutes for your eyes to adjust.
Listen,
Minecraft.
I can play Minecraft in less than a minute because that's how long it takes me to turn it off.
You hear the intro music, you're like, I'm done.
Yep, and click.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is probably enough for our old brains right now. And what a great episode and a great follow-up to the first episode for the consoles. We want to thank you guys so much for listening and, liking, subscribing, and following us wherever you can find us. Please tell your friends and family and whoever you know, even if they're not into gaming and maybe they might be interested, just tell them about us, all right? About the show, and leave us a 5-star review. Please leave us a 5-star review, and I guess that's how we get more amazing listeners like the people listening right now, right? Mm-hmm. So until next time, which I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about Davey's favorite thing.
Oh yeah,
it starts with a Z, ends with an A.
No, that's going on. Shut up, dude. The hell?
Of course, we're talking about Zelda. All right. So join our Battle Pass, our Discord. Please jump into Discord. It's so much fun. All you have to do is just go in there and find Generation EFK. It's a super fun time in there. And like, we have different places for you to go and talk to us and play games with us. And we're going to build this thing up. and all our socials. So, lastly, remember that old gamers, well, we have feelings too. So, in the meantime, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And yeah, you guys have anything else to say?
Bye. Power glove, baby. Power glove.
Dude,
We only needed 1 year. 1 year for the power glove.
we have
and it's
got to
gold.
get Jeff a power glove.
Oh, dude, I would wear it all the time. Just stay here like this.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
Thanos gauntlet.
For the just to wear it the entire time. Just sit
Dude, I'll
there.
snow blow my driveway with the power glove on. My neighbors would be like, "What is wrong with you?"
Damn, Junior, bro.
Yeah.
Do they make? Is it only for the left hand?
Yes.
What if you're left-handed?
Another reason.
Left-handed
That's
dominant.
another reason why it only lasted a year because all the other kids that had the different hand was like, "Really, bro? Really, really, bro?"